It's green.
All right. Last time. Who wants to inform what happened last time?
We went and crashed a demon queen's wedding before it happened. Then we politely excused ourselves and said, maybe later.
Pretty accurate.
And we defiled the Ooze temple.
But we made them Ooze friends, so...
Yeah. And we have to figure out how to give our Ooze cube friend bronze skin.
Yep. You are now currently in the Oozing Temple. And yes, you are currently trying to devise a way out. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, did everybody level up?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Oh, right.
I have
Oh,
become
yeah, I did.
infinitely more powerful.
Level 6,
I,
right?
I have taken the mobile feed.
It's like, did everybody level up?
I believe I did before I left last time.
I thought so.
Yeah,
I changed out the spell I took, but yeah.
Because I
Yeah,
didn't get anything
the
fun.
one thing we didn't actually clear that up if I can count the 2 levels of third caster as a half level caster level.
I can't. Oh yeah, that was a question. Does anybody know how that would work? How does that add up?
What was what? Sorry?
Trying to combine Arcane Trickster and Artificer.
Yeah, rules as written, it doesn't specifically say that. It doesn't mention third caster levels. It just mentions half caster and full caster levels. So either I could take them separately, like Warlock caster levels, or just not have them, I guess.
Like, what do you think, Pio?
Let me see.
I mean, I would ask that I can just use this 1.6 caster level as half caster level.
You determine your available spell slots by adding together all your levels in the primary casters, half your levels in the secondary casters, and a third of the levels rounded down for tricasters.
Okay, where did you find that?
Let's see. In the player's handbook under spellcasting.
There we go.
Okay.
We found the issue.
All right. That's not in multiclassing.
Nope.
But yeah, then it does work like I thought. So yeah. I do.
Welcome to wizards not being able to organize a book to save their life.
Yeah.
I went and typed it into Google, it gave me a Reddit, and here's like, here it is in the PHP. I'm like, oh, thank you.
You think this is bad? You should look at the new Blood Bowl rulebook. There was a Kickstarter for custom-made tabs because people kept getting lost.
What?
Yeah.
People had to... That's not something you pay for.
There we go. We have solved the conundrum there. And yes, you have been accosted by the Malarney priestess, who seems to have obtained a very old friend. And now you have to figure out how to escape the temple. You have taken a short rest. So anybody who wanted...
do we have to assemble the silver monkey?
If you have a silver monkey, go ahead.
Damn it, I hate that monkey.
I don't think you have a silver monkey, but
I did it, I have 7 extra pieces. What do I do with these, Uzana?
Then you don't have the correct monkey.
Oh no!
Because sometimes...
Quick, someone give me a medallion as he's dragged off.
Sometimes you could not solve that monkey.
Yeah, no, it was so bad.
That was horseshit.
Well, it's a game show, so.
Alright, well, we had two options. We're going to have Lou either dig a way out the tunnel, or, to make it so it's not easy for the drow to follow us, we could dig upwards and just swim up through the lake bit. And at this point, going upward seems a better option.
But wouldn't the water then come down?
Aye.
And
But it's only
perhaps
30
enough
feet swim up from that point.
But will there
the
be enough water
and water
for us?
coming down, and the water coming down here will at one point start washing away down to the drow waiting and down the tunnel. So it's got to be their problem.
Nah, it's a full cave in. They're not getting in alright.
I was more questioning if there was enough water for us to all swim.
Aye, it's a lake. It's a river. Enough to
yes.
to fill up here while still not changing the surface level above.
Yeah, Glabagul did specify that it is a underground river up top.
Hmm.
But I fancy that'd be an easier time and also annoy them immensely. Because we're getting a straight line up there. It could be, I don't know, about 5 or 6 miles of twisting tunnels before they find the same spot we're in.
We want to try to find another boat once we're up there.
Yeah, it might not be necessary, but we probably can.
Yeah, we'll see where we end up, I guess.
Haven't made a boat oil mushroom before.
Jim Jar does specify that he doesn't think that whatever river's up there will continue the direction you need for long, but probably you'll have to branch off to start heading the correct direction. Let me move back to the map here.
Kind of off topic. Can I ask for a refresher? Did I bet Jim Jar that no one would die, or that someone would die? Which side am I on
No
for
one.
that? I can't.
No one.
No one. Okay.
I'm not liking your odds right now.
Well, no. Wait,
know.
no. It was Jim Jar bet.
Bet
Yeah.
that no one would die. Yeah. So if someone dies, I get the money. Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I thought. Okay. Just making sure.
Are you planning to knife someone in the back?
No, I don't have a knife, but I have a pan, and he's got a knife.
You have a gun.
No, but I mean, if Jim Jar, trips and takes a fall, it's an
Yeah, I was gonna
accident,
say,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah, so
If Jim Jar takes a fall, he can't pay you.
Yeah,
Yes,
but he can't pay
everyone
him
else in
either.
the party would respect the verbal contract. It's like that scene in Gangs of New York where Leo is a kid. He gets mad that what's his face wants to touch Liam Neeson, but it's like it's okay. He's just taking what's owed. I just take my money. That's fine.
So the decision is to cave in to try to go upward.
Hey.
Aye. I've got 3 dwarfs, well, 2 dwarfs here at this point now. Technically 3, I mean, if you scrape enough moss off Burner, it kind of counts. So I'm assuming with their knowledge of stonework and whatnot, they could assign a way to make this an easier job.
Oh yeah. It doesn't take much, particularly as even for the non-dwarves, you can see where it seems to be somewhat compromised. And after a little bit, yeah, you can start chipping away and that water starts flowing in. After you take your hour break, it really only takes about another 2 hours for the whole complex to fill, and you can safely swim upwards. You do have to drift down the river for quite some time before you can find a little offshoot, and then you can take that offshoot and continue on your way. Shockingly, nothing in the river seems to actually take notice of you. But you do get to continue on after let me reveal the river.
Yep, just a man and his blue wife and his bear that's part bird and a bag full of ooze in a pocket. Perfectly normal sight underground, miles underground, in the purple haze.
On the bright side, because Glabagool does communicate telepathically, when there is a communication issue, he can help translate quite a bit easier.
We've upgraded to another creature that's psychic without limbs.
I like this one better, kind of. He's more gelatinous.
Yeah, but still was cute.
Benefit is we're not technically putting a child in here, although, existence and sentience is new to him for now.
But he
But yeah, don't eat the cello. It would be rude.
I wonder what would happen.
Your
I guess my
insight
jaw would melt
start,
off.
Your insight would start
Potentially.
dissolving instead of your inside dissolving it.
I need to get stronger stomach acid. This is all I'm hearing.
Thalric does speak up and mention that, while hopefully nothing will happen to their friend, he does know that some of the Drow and Menzo Baranzon do use a gelatinous cube jelly to style their hair as hair gel.
Did they do anything about hair dye, perhaps?
That sounds like another mishap for Jarlaxle. Getting one that's not quite been based out.
It wasn't
Yeah,
a mishap. That was what he used as hair gel.
No, I'm just saying, it sounds like one of his times where he wound up with a jar of it that hadn't been properly, based up and neutralized.
Yeah, that's why he's
Just slicks
that's
it
why
back in his head and comes away with what's left of his mohawk.
No, not Corvus. Scotch. That is why Jarlaxle is bald. His hair got
Yeah.
set on fire enough times. Literally.
Michael Jackson.
He made it an excuse where, oh, this is a statement. When in actuality, he gave up on hair because it just happened so many times. And then he grew to like it.
Understandable.
The first time around, he currently had Lou's current haircut. That was the first time he lost his hair. Then he had a pure mohawk because again his hair got caught on fire. And then the third time, that's when he went bald. After Zach told
Glabagool as like a bleach to turn my hair back to being white.
Do you say that out loud?
It's an idea.
Glabagool says he's willing to try, but he thinks that's a very bad idea.
Your hair will turn back to white, but you'll see it inside him doing so.
Yeah,
Along with
maybe
the part of your head that you put close to it. They're not intentional.
if I die, try it on my body. But for now, no.
I think we'll just put you in there. You'll lose a lot more weight, and we'll just have to carry your bones then.
No, not look. That's the thing. There's what's the right sort of term for it? A do resuscitate notice for his corpse. So you can't go arfing that one down.
But if you accidentally melt my head off before you revive me, does my
Lou.
head come back?
Lou. It gets more expensive when there's bits missing.
Oh, that's bad.
And Felric does mention, I would rather not see you get beheaded at all.
You can't rule it out, though. Not with that mouth.
Well, I mean, Felric is the only one who can check if the hair changes back in other places.
He is Scarlet.
I thought as elves we
Can't-
don't get
can't say
anything
that when
past the
drinking
cro-
coffee, guys.
I'm just saying, as elves, I don't think anything gets past the shoulders.
Correct.
But I'm a halfling actually, so my feet are very hairy.
He would take the cast-offs and sheddings from his many siblings and glue them on.
Harton, you hear a voice in your ring just say, see, why couldn't I be held by that one? He's entertaining.
Do you really? Oh, wait, no.
Oh, which voice is this now?
This is the lovely wizard in your ring.
I wish I could hear that.
Are you sure? Remember, there's a lot more that comes out of him that's not as entertaining, but it is long.
Wasn't he the first one who was actually using that ring, actually?
And I immediately proved
He
I wasn't
was,
allowed to
yeah.
have it.
Yeah.
Almost
he
killed
was-
the party just for a gag.
He asked to be held by someone else, I believe.
Yeah.
No, that was the Stone of Galore.
No, this one also wanted to break from Lou.
Yeah. Now he sees what he's missing. He had it good. Now he has to protect Harton from getting us all killed.
It's nothing to do with that.
Your mind is too powerful. It has to be contained.
Yes, but it's a different way. It's just that Harden put the two blatant 2 and 2 together and made 4. And apparently that was a secret. Even though it's on a stat block.
yeah, it's in the module. He uses it everywhere in the module, and it's just like, it's a secret.
Well, the novels are the novels are a different continuity. Maybe it's not a secret in this normal plot.
It is a secret.
Maybe it's not a big deal, just like there's Drow House is missing.
Except for it's not! That's the stupid thing! They're not missing, but then they're there, and then they're not there, and I'm just like, why can't you just make sense of things? Instead you're contradicting yourselves.
It's a good thing that one house is famous for its wizards.
Don't even... There isn't alarm goes that...
Are you okay, Rita?
No. I am very mad that this module, all the modules, for some strange reason, go out of their way to argue with themselves because they want to not be canon, but they can't stick up their mind on what is and isn't canon. Anyways, we are very off topic. We're moving on now. Oh, where was I?
Drowning the party?
Yeah, we were still walking along the riverside.
Yeah, and you did get you did finally find a offshoot that you could take out, and you're now back on land, walking in the direction of Lingman Stone again. Let me pull up what you're actually doing because I ended up on the wrong page. There we go. Okay. All right. So, as you had been warned, you are approaching the area known as the Silken Paths. And when you get up close to it, it is not a question of if you are there at all, because yes, it is. You can't even see the bottom. A 2,000-foot wide chasm that, looking left, looking right, you can't even see the end of. And it is filled with nothing but webs. As you look, it's almost... It is a weird experience because some of them almost seem to be pathways that you can walk. Some are in ways that you could climb up and down. The vastness and the pure density of it is not something that you all have seen yet before. As you all are looking and trying to figure out how you're supposed to cross this chasm, you hear a voice from behind you that says, you all look like you haven't been here before now, have you?
I turn around and look at what was talking to us.
Maybe.
You see 2 gobos. I will move you up over here. And
Oh,
the one,
God. Oh.
that is their official art.
This
This is their official art.
What's wrong with the face?
And they just, the one kind of has a shit-eating grin. And he just looks at you.
Also, I'm confused.
My screen.
And I don't... Oh, because Jimjar is your token, and I guess he shows on top for some reason. Sorry, on Brighter's screen, for some strange reason, Jimjar is not black and everything
Yeah,
else.
same with all our sidekicks.
Okay, yeah. I was like, is
Because I can see
roll 20
Turby.
broken? Yeah.
Yeah, I can see Eldith, but I can't see myself because also
Okay.
my health bar.
Good. It's not just
Yeah.
me. Go on.
But, yeah, you just see 2 goblins, one slightly taller than the other. They're just standing there.
Yeah, you could say that we are new to this area. Not exactly by choice.
You have the looks of some people who might need a guide. Unless you plan on walking the Silken Paths all on your own. But I don't think you know how to do that now, do you?
I mean, we may not know, but we can try.
You can. Might not get very far. I mean, I remember what happened to the last group that tried and didn't get very far. We got some nice, pretty shinies from them after they died. Are you going to make that mistake? Or are you going to get some guides who know what they're doing?
Hmm.
Mm,
Can I? I'll try to scrutinize to see if they actually know the way.
Okay.
They're being truthful here.
Are they giving Patches vibes?
What the fuck is? There we go.
Both Bjorn and Harton, you get the idea that, yeah, they do know what they're talking about. This isn't one of those shake-up things where they're trying to, imply that they know what they're doing, but they actually don't.
I mean, it could still be a shake-up thing, but it's a case of they know where we're going. They just might not take you that way.
No, they seem legit where they intend to take you where you want to go.
And if we were interested in such services, what would the usual price be?
We do a per day charge. So it's 2 gold per day.
How long is the path, roughly?
Well, that depends if you go in on your own. I've seen people lost in there for a 10-day or more. We can get you through safely from here. Where are you all trying to get to?
Blingdenstone.
Well,
Or at
I
least
can
that
get you
path
through.
close to it.
Yeah, I can get you all through to the other side in, depending on how it goes, likely just a day. If we end up with some hassle, though, it could be 2.
Deal.
So 4 gold.
Yep, there you go.
Acceptable. I've heard worse offers.
Now,
We're on
if
board
that's
with
the
it.
case, though, I want 1 day's payment up front.
There you go.
I've had people. Thank you. We've had people try to stiff us before when they get to the other end. That ain't nice.
It's a bit rude.
We're
As I
very
carefully
nice.
make sure he only sees 1 coin out of a 100 in the pouch.
Well, I'm Yuck Yuck, and this right here is Spiderbait.
Of course you are.
Spiderbait. Wow.
Did he earn that name, or was he blessed with it at birth?
Earned it, definitely.
All right, I kind of figured. What's
Well,
important to ask?
Oh, go on.
It's important to ask. I wouldn't want to insult his family name.
The
Don't worry.
The proud lineage of Spider-Bait.
It reminds me of one of Krug Smash's earliest Dwarf Fortress bits where he named a baby Venom Blood because as a baby he was crawling and bitten like 6 or 7 times by a giant spider after being dropped by his mother and survived. He grew up to never want to do anything involved with combat.
Yeah. I've lately been thinking about starting to throw Dwarf Fortress descriptions into the image generator and see what comes out the other end.
Well, all right. Don't y'all worry none. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to lead y'all down. We web runners, we know what we're doing, so you ain't got to worry none. And whatever you do, stick with us. And if there's a fight, we'll help you fight.
That's very nice of you.
Well, that is what you're paying us for, after all. That and the navigation.
They're not exactly what
yeah.
I'd expect when I hear someone call themselves a web runner. I expected a wrist brace, you know? Maybe an ergonomic chair and a good keyboard.
What? But yes, they do pull out a gourd of grease, and they start applying it to their feet, and they do explain that they use this to surf the webs.
This is written down in the book.
Yes.
Fuck's
She's
sake.
so cool.
It literally. I'm just gonna.
I love the Underdark now.
Here we go. It's gonna go straight into tabletop.
Feel free to stay in it. I'm going backward for sunlight.
There's no way we can do this up top.
Yuck, yuck, and spider bait.
Literally, surf the webs. There you go.
Yep, there it is. It's terrible.
I'm honestly surprised they have a concept of surfing down there.
Everybody was surfing.
Well, they might not describe it as surfing the web. It's more for the player who know the vernacular of surfing.
Oh no, there's plenty of surfing down the Minshay Isles. You get those right turbulent waves.
It's more like a translation thing where everybody says surf, but they mean different things. Like in this case, they mean surfing the webs. If you said surfing the waves, they'd be like, wait, what?
No, it's perfectly normal in the Forgotten Realms to see the massive, hairy Vikings going totally tubular.
But you all start out, and yeah, you realize they actually do know what they're talking about as they lead you on down to a set of, it's almost like a spider-like, a web-like ridge with a downward incline, and yep, they hop onto the edge of it and they just start gliding on down. They just say, stick to the center because y'all don't know how to do this, and y'all aren't greased up.
Oh, they said that right as I was about to do the thing.
Stay in the center so you don't fall. It's going to be a little bit difficult for y'all to head on down here. Because the webs will stick to your feet if you're not greased. And yeah, it is a. Uh-oh.
Archon, you have to grease me.
just gonna apply some to the bottom of Kago's stomach, just slide him across, you know.
Yeah. Assuming you're not trying to grease anything, this is difficult terrain.
Except
have
for
a plan-
Pio.
And now also Bjorn, because as long as I'm dashing, I move at full speed.
But also if you have a natural climbing speed, you can use that instead of a walking speed. But this whole area is considered difficult terrain. You start out, and for the first hour, you don't see much. You can tell quite clearly that there are things out there that are aware of your presence, but they don't seem to be bothering you quite yet.
What the fuck could these be as we walk past the walls and miles of web? Perhaps some sort of flea.
It's just a very
larvae.
weird thing. Because you would expect that you could just go straight across, but there are walls of webs that kind of block the path off themselves. So sometimes you're going down, sometimes you're going up, sometimes you're going sideways. Sometimes you think you're going back the way you came, but then you double back around. It's
amazing the fact that
unsettling.
one person hasn't tried to put a torch to this place.
Oh, they've tried that. Don't recommend it. The spiders don't like it.
I just imagine the entire region just goes up in a few minutes.
No, it sometimes goes out eventually. Other times it does go up. There was the one time, the Great Fire, that I swear it probably killed over 100 spiders. Sorry, Drow. But no, but we didn't do that. We don't use fire down here for obvious reasons. We don't want to die. Please don't light any fires. As you all are having
I'm looking at Lou at that statement.
Oh no!
I did just pick up a new spell.
No.
Oh no! It is asked. Please don't use any fire, any fire, because we don't want to die, and I don't think you want to die either. But as you all are having this discussion, you can see off to the side a cocoon. And you've seen several cocoons that have clearly been broken open, several who are not moving at all and just there. you see another cocoon off to the side, and you can see what seems to be a form in it that doesn't seem to be rotted yet. It's not wound completely tight. Do you wish to investigate?
I'll consult with the guides first on there's someone that's safe enough to check out, or is there always something to watch and ready to protect its meal?
I mean, you could look at it. I mean, it just depends on if, well, the one who made it's around or not, but if you're okay with potentially dealing with a spider, you can.
Not too adverse to it. I've got a couple of dwarves. Alright, let's have a wee look at it.
Shows up.
Might as well. I mean, we might be able to save someone's life, and that's always beneficial.
But no, do you think perhaps as a spider you could get over there and check it out?
Hang on. It's not mating season, is it? I just want Bernard to not get into something he's not prepared for.
Do spiders have mating seasons?
Hey,
We don't know about that. All we know is there's spiders and then they make babies.
so many. Terrific.
Yeah, I think it should be fine.
Alright, Bernard, do you want to give someone the most confusing experience of their life?
Okay, why not? Oh, this can only end badly.
All right,
Being
so
by
you're
a giant
turning...
spider. I'm being saved by a giant spider?
I have a different question.
Mhm.
Does the spell Spider Climb allow people to get over these webs easy?
Yeah, it gives us a climbing speed.
Yeah, gives you climbing speed.
So which poor sucker wants to come with me?
I can help you out.
Speaking of, let me move this so that I can just reveal the area so that you can kind of... There you go. But, alright, so it is going to be Team Dwarf.
Hey, you see that? We could do with another few NPCs just to fill in the gaps and fill the tube.
Oh, don't worry. We have potentials for that. You're carrying one after all.
And he's big.
I'm carrying two.
Yeah, you are carrying two, yeah. But, so, Bernard and Bjorn are going to the cocoon.
Yep, so I'm going to cast Spider Climb on Bjorn. Should give him a minute, I believe. It's a minute? No, an hour.
Yeah.
Of Spider Climb, and then I'm going to turn into a spider for an hour.
Okay.
You guys got backup characters, right?
That'll
It's
be
called
fine.
Sprint towards the range class.
All right. So you approach the cocoon. You don't seem to notice anything transpiring. And are you going to just try to remove the cocoon, or are you going to try to open the cocoon?
Probably just grab the cocoon and take it back and open up on the actual path.
Okay. It takes a bit, and Bjorn, you even have to do a little bit of cutting to try to free the cocoon.
I'll probably try and just with the ignition of the sword to just kind of.
No, other sword, the small one. We've gone over the issues of the other one. Plus, we need you to actually cut it down instead of spend about 5 fucking minutes missing.
Yeah, it takes a little bit, but you can get the cocoon down easily enough.
I try and cut it some of these strings that attach off it softly so it doesn't. We don't jostle the web too much.
Actually, hold on a sec. Giant spiders have a skill.
I just imagine that cursed sword even has problems sawing stuff, like it flings out of a hand and loosens in your grip too often.
Nope, just bad dice roll.
No, I think at this point we can declare it cursed.
Web sense. While in contact with a web, the spider knows the exact location of any other creatures in contact with the same web.
As best you can tell, you're only able to feel your friends. This is a series of interconnected webs. And I'm
Good
going to
enough,
make...
At least it's a start.
Yeah, there's none right in the nearby vicinity.
Besides, all these spiders are smart enough with all these little goblin web runners around. They use NordVPN.
No.
How much are you getting paid?
I don't know, I could probably get a sponsorship that'll fucking pay anyone for anything.
Then maybe you should look for Raid Shadow Legends.
I learned to DM on Skillshare.
The delight in Internet Historian's voice, he points out that they don't give a shit about anything I make. They never reject it.
But you do cut him down and you bring him to the cocoon to the rest of the group. Who opens the cocoon?
Oh, you brought back an egg sack and it's just ready to hatch.
May I ask why?
Well, don't want to stand over there in case something comes as surprises.
Well, I've got a hammer, so I'm not the one that cut it open. Someone else can go. Horik, use your sharp little claws.
I draw my short sword, seeing it's actually sharpish.
Fucking +2, it's pretty sharp.
Spider form.
What do you say, Punch?
I look over his shoulder while he opens it up.
You do slowly...
Okay.
You slowly cut the cocoon open. And inside you find what seems to be an alive halfling. He is, however, not moving. He seems like he's probably under the effect of the spider poison.
He's a rumblefoot.
Yes, his name is showing for all of you. It doesn't matter yet. The point is, he is he's poisoned and paralyzed.
Fat
for the
gas
moment.
rumblefoot. Okay, yeah.
Man, I wonder if I got something for this. What could I possibly have?
I look at Lou and give him the eye about our clan's enemy, the Rumblefoots. He's dead. We're going to push him over the side.
Oh no, he suddenly died.
Honestly, I could just imagine, like, the shitty adventure version of saving someone in a spider pod. You know, we gotta cut him open. Alright, I'll get through here. And they just put in the greatsword and just, there we go, right through to the bottom. And then just saw it in half. There we go. What do you know? That spell getting used again.
Might want to bind him while we still can.
Well, Corvus has already healed him, and
we don't know who he actually is.
the halfling does eventually is able to shake himself out, and he looks around at you all. Oh, thank goodness! I thought that I was going to be dinner.
You still might become dinner.
No.
I hope not.
No.
Why would you even say that? The man's just been imperiled of his life and had a chance here, and the first thing you do is basically threaten him with potential. Don't do that.
No,
Right, you come out of the
I'm
pod.
I'm just saying we can't guarantee his safety from here out.
You should still
We
make
can
him feel
try, but
comfortable.
we can't guarantee it.
You still make him feel comfortable, just at start, and then later when we're explaining the situation.
It's also just one of those things that doesn't even need to be said in the first place.
I'll guarantee his safety or his money back.
Considering he hasn't paid you.
Taking a page from my Jim Jar better.
He gives a little bit of a nod and just I'm Farragas Rumblefoot. I came with group of adventurers looking for a lost tomb, and you can see that didn't go so well.
I mean, this is kind of a lost tomb. A lot of spiders eating people in here.
Well, the place we were going wasn't full of spiders. I at least hope not.
Were you looking for a tomb as in a place people are buried, or a tomb as in a specific book?
A place people are buried.
All right, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I had actually, I hadn't originally come in here deliberately. Just my group, we were set upon by a pack of gnolls down here, and I had to run as the rest of my compatriots were slain, and I ended up here. And well, you see how that went.
I mean, mechanically speaking, I'm amazed you got away.
I ran very quickly, and I have some tricks up my sleeve.
Right, well, on the bright side, we're intending to head to Blingden Stone. That'd be a nice wee place to get some help, get out.
Agreed. Would you mind letting me follow along?
I mean,
if
the
you
offer was basically
agree?
already spoken there.
Oh, all right.
Aye, no worries. We're not going to leave you out here.
Would you potentially be interested in making a slight detour for that tomb?
You'll have to give us some information on it to tickle the interest.
Well, I think on its own you'll find it interesting. Well, there was a half-elf sorcerer from the days of Netherrealm who has a tomb down here. And rumor has it there's a lot of very powerful magic items down in that tomb. She was very powerful in her days where she was alive.
And this has somehow not been rumbled yet?
No, I mean, let's be realistic. The mages of Netherrealm were very good at guarding their things. There would be definitely magical traps and such, but...
Be group after group of Dry after it, though.
Well,
they also have to
maybe-
know about it.
although I would say, I mean, with that guy, maybe he gets caught in one of the traps and he's off our back for a day. Yeah, nice. Double.
What?
Who are you saying this
We should
to?
go. I would probably just whispering it to people who are actually affected by the saloon curse. If we can get him caught in one of the traps, he'll be dead for a day. We can loot and then we run.
At least, you can probably stick it in the box.
And hey, maybe we find a magic item down there that we can reseal him in, like a different jar that won't break this time.
Upside, might get to kill a few gnolls. That's always handy.
Oh yeah, to be fair, did you all bother to go call Jarlaxle?
Well, we haven't had a long rest yet.
Didn't you joke about Sending being very upset?
Yes. But I'm still saving it in case I need more lesser restorations.
And Jarlaxle probably already knows.
You would have had a long rest in between these time frames.
Okay, then. Yes.
So I...
It's not about Chalaxel not knowing, it's more about Chalaxel being informed that we know.
Alright, so that means I've got 2 lesser restoration slots.
Alright, let's go back in time slightly. What did you tell Jarlaxle? And how many words do I have to reply?
It's 25, but, you know, let's see here. Saloon no longer in bottle. Found new friends. Drow slavers that had us. Right fucking pissed at that. He's on the hunt. Down here.
You have an extra word, or is that all?
Wasn't counting. I figured that's under 25.
Sounds about 2.5 sentences.
Someone can watch the VOD later and count.
Just imagine all the rest of the words are filled up with swearing.
No.
Eventually, you do get the Apologies. Cave-in issue. I'm supposed to be incommunicado. Please contact an emergency only. Apologies.
Right.
Great, so we got an auto reply.
Philip, your boss doesn't think that a revenant hunting you and Lou and me and Nadrax and himself eventually as a threat, someone who could compromise Breaking the Earth in general as an emergency situation.
Well, he's not stabbing us right now.
So he didn't give me any committal of an answer.
Not stabbing us right.
He didn't
now.
even say, that's a shame, or good luck with him. None of that.
He just said, don't call me.
To be fair, what is he supposed to do?
Like I said, there could have been a bit of pleasantry. We're apparently somewhat friends. Something I'm sure he doesn't have a whole lot of without a lot of puppet strings involved.
I mean, I know he doesn't want us hurt.
But I'm curious how the fuck he got out of his little bottle.
He did say apologies, cave-in.
I feel like the bottle should have been stronger than some rocks.
Well, it's also a case of like, that just seems like the beginning of the message of why he's not answering, not the situation of why he got out.
Oh.
Yeah.
And now we jump
So that-
forward.
Yeah,
Where for
that
some
we're back
reason, Lou and Horik both have an issue with this man.
So it's a long-standing thing. You wouldn't understand.
I'm not intention of doing so. I do not want to know. Good luck with that.
Story.
Look, the Rumblefoots stole the sauce recipe.
Stole the what? Why am I
That
asking? No,
sauce
I'm just going to move on here, unsticking his feet from the webs.
It's the recipe. Do you not recognize this? Come on, Harton.
Do I recognize this? No, I do not.
And even if he did, would he care?
I usually do, but it's a case of I have no idea about this. Horik never brought this up.
Well, we've never had to run into any Rumblefoots before.
Look, my friends, I mean, I have no idea what we're going on about here, but we do need to get out, yes?
Yeah, probably for the spider that took you, notices you're gone.
Yeah, yes. Let's go quickly, and then I can explain, and then we can try to check out the tomb and see if there's anything good in there.
What, you're missing the opportunity to point at Bernard and say, there he is!
Oh, that'd be so mean.
Also, why is your friend a spider?
Druid.
Oh. Okay. Carry on.
He likes it.
He's become quite skilled. Sometimes he's able to turn into a dwarf.
Who wants to have control of Fargas's sheet?
Well, someone lost the previous character they were controlling.
Several people, as a matter of fact.
Clearly, it has to be one of the
No,
half.
we only had one that had control. No, that's true. Two. Because we never had anyone in control of Helmuth because he was useless.
I wanted
Yeah.
to be friends with him.
He would not want to be friends with you.
Oh, you've taken away my control of Seraph.
Yeah, because he's dead.
Oh no.
Otherwise, I would have just pulled him out here. I still have mine.
Yeah, I was cleaning up tokens. But, was there anybody who didn't have one to begin with, actually? Here, I will roll this. Okay, web gun.
Yep.
You get Fargas.
Okay. Excellent.
Nothing
I was
bad.
like, there
will
we go.
happen.
I rolled a D100. There we go. That answered my question. Do you see him in the prison companions? He's down at the bottom.
Okay, let me have a look. I'm not seeing his actual thing in Prison Companions at the moment. Let me reopen it just to see. Yeah, nope. I can move the token, but I don't see his sheet.
Oh, there we go. Now I see. There we go. He should be visible now.
Okay. Yes. As expected, he's a sneaky bastard.
Yes, he is. He is, yes.
Runs in the family.
Better reduce speed.
Waddles in the family.
No, he's
And-
got full speed 30 on him for some reason.
Yeah,
To be fair, Topsy and Turvy are 20 feet for some reason.
yeah.
I don't know what
if
their
that is
stat block
correct.
decides that for.
Or I don't know if this is one of those weird things where where I imported it from is just horribly wrong, but we'll
Well,
just go
nah,
with
just certainly used to be like some NPC stat blocks had weird speeds, like famously the like priest or something had 25 feet and then they changed it eventually to 30.
it. Oh, I know why, because they use the human spy stat block. That's why.
Okay.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Why did Glabagul have to roll a d100? What's he up to?
Oh no, that's just I'm using Glabagul right now. He's my person. That was who was deciding who got our lovely Rumblefoot. It was not to be confused with Rumblebelly. Anyways, you all do continue on, and it takes about you've gotten maybe 6, 7, 8 hours into the day, and you would have thought that you would have ran into more spiders. You ran into one or two who got a little bit too curious, but it didn't take that long to shoo them off or obliterate them. But eventually, you're going down this webbed pathway, and the way that this slopes around is you go down, there's a wall of webbing to your left, but not to your right. And it's sloping downward, and around the corner that you're heading, you happen to see coming around the corner, that is the hide tool I want revealed. Thank you, Roll. I said reveal. How many times can I hit this button? There we go. You see two drow walking around from the bottom of the ramp. And Yuck Yuck stops and are these friends of yours? Please tell me these are friends of yours. The drow do not look to be friends of yours.
They aren't our friends yet.
Do they like to be frenemies?
Not particularly. They lean back. You hear some very quick, and Lou, you actually do get to understand some of this as they are directing for the friends behind them to come back around the corner. And in short order, from around the corner, is what seems to be a whole little company of drow. And the one that looks to be in charge says, you're a rather peculiar group. What brings you to this area of the Underdark, surface dwellers?
A fruit root. We're leaving.
Leaving? Why is that?
Right.
Because we don't enjoy being surrounded by spiders and webs.
You don't oh, 1 second, I just realized that I did not have enough room here. Might be. You don't enjoy Lady Lolf's gift?
She
Oh,
can't
we're
make
dealing with
Particularly
that
no.
kind of one.
It is a handy traversal tool, I'll give it that.
I mean, it's not really a town with a bar or anything like that there, so it's not entirely hospitable.
He
Goblins are nice
noticed.
around here.
Aye, the goblins are quite pleasant. Wonder why they got behind us. Bjorn,
All I
fucking
know
move
is
it.
I'm staying behind that Rumblefoot guy.
Well,
Also,
I'm just saying.
Nadrex, if you haven't, refill your health.
Oh yeah, you're gonna want to do that.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm just saying, you all seem very familiar. I've been getting some descriptions from some of the individuals that I've seen on the roadways.
That's surprising. We don't leave a whole lot of survivors who cross us.
I could almost say the same about us. Let's see.
You
I
know
think
what? We're going
Elvira
that
wants
way,
you.
you're going the other way. Why don't we just continue those simple little journeys?
It'll be like we
I-
never met.
I don't think Elvira would appreciate that, and I can't disobey a high priestess.
She's really called
Why don't you
Elvira?
come? Elvira, yeah. Elvira, sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Elvira.
I was just wondering, why don't you go your way and we'll go our way. We both start walking the same direction. Fuck.
Slowly speeding up.
Awkward.
We both stop at the same spider bus stop.
Oh,
Now-
it's just super awkward.
I will mention you will be coming with us. I don't care if you come conscious or not, but do make this easy on yourself.
I cast Shatter at full power.
At the same time you're casting Shatter at full power,
Yes.
she turns into a giant spider.
That's okay. I was going to put the Shatter here.
Metal.
I was going to suggest maybe they want to make friends with Fireball.
Oh, if
No,
you're-
we're not
I'll
doing
die.
fire. We are surrounded by a web.
Also,
I was
But so
about
are
to say,
they.
I was about to say if Harton had just cast Shadow, I would say I just charged the nearest guy.
Well, you can still do
what are
that.
you drow wearing?
Yeah, well, they've.
We're just declaring. Yeah.
Yeah, things are happening.
It's
I
just
assume we
challenging
nerd.
her.
Hold on.
I probably will get
Get
to
the
do
first
mine
round,
first.
right?
We'll
Hold
see.
on.
Kicked
For some
off.
strange reason, everything seems broken. Let me reset this.
Okay.
Hang on,
There we go.
hang on, Hart. You're gonna have to re-roll that roll because it's all broke. So you're not gonna be able to cast first.
I'm sure.
No,
It's
you-
alright.
you-
I can fix it.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all know how to fix it.
Yeah.
Y'all are 2-year-olds.
Oh, there's
And
the
you and your
spider
16
token.
decks.
Okay.
Dexier than the drow.
Ugh,
And he's like a 6'6" Viking.
why are you doing this to me, game?
It's the sea legs. They just make you faster on the jumping forward.
In his 40s.
I'm in my 80s. Well, actually 70s now.
Yeah, but you're a drow, so that's like you're still a teenager.
Carrying the weight of a baby owlbear and a gelatinous cube. To be fair, most of that's in a different dimension.
Cause why do you keep? What? I don't even know why you kept that.
No, I've only got the gelatinous cube because I've got the bag, so he doesn't slow us down.
Oh, okay,
That's it.
yeah.
Yep.
He's not
I
my
forgot about
dedicated
that.
pet. In fact, Horik, I think, has the most use for him.
By the way, you keep using my old token.
Oh, which token?
I switched them out, yes. No.
I see your new token.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I see them.
because
Oh.
I just switched it out.
Oh, okay. Oh.
So no, some of these I set up before. Some of these been set
Well,
up.
she's
and I thought I
notorious for
switched
giving
them
me
off.
coggos I can't control, so get
Yeah.
used to it.
Yeah, some of these are.
She'll
from,
deploy coggo and I'll be like, I can't click that.
Yeah, some of these are from maps that I'd set up a long time ago. But top of the round, Bernard.
Okay, you gonna let me do Earth, erupting Earth?
Does erupting Earth work on spider webs? Does it need to be on Earth? No, yeah, it doesn't say that you have to be on Earth, do you? Is it
No,
on
it
the-
doesn't seem to.
does
I mean, it
Earth
says
erupt
on the ground within range is how strict you're going to be with that term. I mean, would there be
Yeah.
ground beneath the spider webs we're standing on, or are we just in like a string
No, yeah.
tunnel?
Yeah, you're in a string tunnel. I would say that probably wouldn't work.
Okay, that one doesn't work. Let's see what else I've got in my things.
Yeah. Just 'cause, yeah, you are up in the air.
Let's see, what else have I got? Well, that one might do at least something. Entangle.
There you go. Yep. Okay. And that's going to be strength save. Okay. And what is the 1 foot square? What's the area that we are? Okay. So. Strength. Strength.
Why is that 13? It should be higher than that, shouldn't it?
It depends on your wisdom.
Yeah, then why is my erupting earth higher than that one?
That's a good question. It's your spell save DC.
Yeah. Oh well.
I'm just making sure this one didn't have something that would. Okay. Anything else?
No, that should be it for my character anyway.
Okay.
Actually,
and then,
the question does arrive. Has this been an hour since we picked up the halfling?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's right then. Okay. The prince will head forward.
Remember, difficult terrain. Unless he's got a
Yeah.
climb speed.
Might
And he
actually
also
get body
has full
blocked.
health. Well, unfortunately, he can't stand where Kago is.
I don't see cargo there.
You see Kago now? There we go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes
And
it
I had
does
to
that.
reload because Gaddox disappeared for
I
me.
don't think I can move forward then with the prince because I don't think he can make anywhere.
I think he can move next to Bjorn.
That'd be 30 feet, yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Harton. I know
Well.
what you're going to say.
Alright, and it's going to be centered right there, so I guess those 4. Because I can't use Call Lightning in this situation. It both makes fire and requires quite a lot of up. Let's see, where is Shatter? There we go. Wait, why am I doing that? Well, you got the DC there, but I'm using a Channel Divinity on that.
Okay, so con save.
Notice how he said that after he rolled the 1.
No, I was saying full power beforehand.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Ah, they are in a pickle. They are also in a pickle.
Yeah,
and
so
it
it's the
is-
32.
Yeah, okay. The drow are immediately fried. The one up top is annoyed. And hisses at you in a weird tone that still says in common, "You're going to regret that, friend."
Oh, you've no idea the amount of people who have said that, and they've all fucking died. Good luck. That's my turn. As I
And
quickly
what
pull
about-
away Hooten from trying to eat Fargus's hat.
And what about Topsy Turvy?
Fuck, they get they get 2 squares to move. And he's not that eager. He's not. I mean, he'll hold for a shot, but there's way too many bodies in the way.
He's using his channel divinity.
Okay, to max it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why bugger? Okay. Yeah, Turvy, I'll just dodge. Actually, maybe get behind the goblin.
Lou.
This time with style. I hit the 3 in the back.
Okay, 3 in the back. And that's going to be a dex save. Um, Okay, so she is lit.
She's lit.
She does not seem thrilled that she is lit.
And then it felt right to take a shot at the one who's lit up, just for fun.
Okay.
So this is at advantage.
Yep, it hits. And she's immediately deceased. The other one is screaming very angry things in Drow, and Lou, you have an inkling she's very mad that Felric just went and killed a priestess.
Well, I thought that was super hot, Felric. Good job.
I can see your words are having quite an effect on you, Felric. What with that smile on your face?
The blushing is happening. Susanna.
All right. Oh, that's big.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works for me. I will hit all 5 of our remaining friends with Hypnotic Batter.
Cast Fireball, sends us into a pit.
Alright, this is a wisdom save.
Let's see. It is a charm effect, so they would get advantage being elves.
Oh, yeah, okay.
As long as they have that thing in their stat block.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Well, those two didn't need it anyway.
Yeah. No.
Yep.
Two of
Two
5.
of them.
Yeah, no, that's
Let me see. We're going to use.
yeah. Advantage didn't do it. Did jack all.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Nope, that's my turn.
Okay. She is annoyed.
Wait, why am I on the tracker?
That is a good question. Did you put yourself back on the tracker?
I thought I did. Hang on.
Please put yourself back on the tracker. And then what's your number supposed to be?
Let's go back here again. It was 12.
Okay. In which case, please take your turn now.
Well, it's.
Oh, wait.
It's
Yeah, it's not your
18,
turn
yeah,
yet. There we go.
still-
Yeah, okay. I was looking at the AC on this thing.
Yeah.
And that's why I got confused. The Acolyte is not happy at all. And let's see. You know what? She liked that that fairy fire thing that you did there, Lou. So that would be the entire front line. So it'll be everybody to Topsy and Turvy. Please give me your dex saves.
Everybody but.
Everybody to Topsy and Turvy. So I need Darendil, Kago, Eldeth, Vargas,
Yes.
Gaddix, and Hart.
Oh.
That's bad. Apparently, Kago super nimble.
Was it Chicago or no? Gaddix. Chicago passed. Gaddix failed.
Yeah, I fell flat on my face. Everyone else was fine.
And Bernard. I need Bernard and Darendale. And Harton.
Oh, was this a deck save?
Yes. She's trying to make you lit. Okay, and then Darendale. Okay, so it is just Gaddix and Cargas that are lit. Okay.
So wait, what happened? We're on fire now? Oh god.
Fairy
no,
fire.
it's fairy fire.
Oh, fairy fire. So yeah, we are on fire, but it's not.
It's
Not-
not,
not
the
harmful.
lit kind
It's a
of fire.
slightly less bad fire.
Gaddix is your personal physician and caretaker of your soul. You look ridiculous right now.
What color is the fairy fire?
Blue.
Oh, I cast my purple fairy fire. How about now?
Yourself.
Wait for your turn.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Yeah, I know fairy. Do I know fairy fire? I think I.
You probably
We
did.
had a whole thing where everybody knew fairy fire for a minute there.
Yeah.
Oh no, I
I
think I
cast
swapped it
fairy fire
out.
on myself.
I did swap it out for blade burst when at some point, I guess.
Prince Darendale. Does a 13 hit? A 13 does hit him. So Darendale takes 21 damage. Ow, he hurts.
He's probably just about dead.
Is he going mental yet?
He is angry. He wants to kill things. Do they have to make any more saves for... No, okay. Okay. Bjorn! A drow just came up and stabbed Darendale.
Well, save me this trouble of starting to walk. What? Does a 17 hit?
A 17 does not hit.
Much more armor then. Let's try this again. What? A 21.
21 hits.
Or not for 11 damage. And let's see. And here's a great thing. He can't do an attack on me because I have mobile. So as long as I just did a hit towards me, he can't do an opportunity attack.
That's a good feat.
And he's flailing as he fails to do anything against you, and he's very, very salty.
Shit, if I get that on Malgurn, he'll go 45 feet a turn.
Hang on. So also got Eldeth. She'll take 2 pot shots at the guy. Oh, probably not. Yeah. She'll take 2 pot shots at the near guy. Does a 19 hit him?
A 19 does hit him.
And a 14 does not.
Does not.
I'll just make her fall back here. She's a bit squishy. And since I'm here, you know what? Might as well action surge. Take a swing it. So the target, are they fairy fired or What's the target on them?
These are hypnotic patterned.
Okay, so I do.
So your first attack will have advantage, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I hit them, or would it be better to just ignore them?
You can ignore them, but I mean, we
You
still have
can't
to
do
deal with them
anything
at some
for a
point.
minute.
It's up to you if you want to take their hits afterwards.
Nah, just swing at this guy. The guy to the left.
Okay.
So 14 on the first. And a miss on the second.
Okay.
Oh, well, wait. Oh, yeah, there's also only a bench on the first, right?
Yeah, because you wake him up afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah. 14. And he wakes up with the whoo. That was
So
not
sword
something.
just lodged in him.
Yeah, he's just like, that's not what I wanted to do today.
All
Hey,
right,
Drax.
that's it.
Unless Eldith wants to twang her bow.
So she already
She
did.
already, yeah. She doesn't get an action search.
I guess I shall. I'll just shoot the nearest guy. Well, first I move forward. Ah. Rather excellent.
This is difficult terrain.
I can use my bonus action to dash.
Oh yeah.
And I shall do that and try to stab the guy. With a lousy 14.
Yeah. Does not hit.
And that's it.
Horik.
Horik is going to move up and start the sorting for a bit.
Nice.
Give me them rolls.
Now you're gonna get piss poor crit. Oh no, maybe not. Never mind.
Ah.
Way to keep it going.
Yeah, this guy is regretting waking up as he has been absolutely eviscerated.
In a rare moment of clarity, that guy explodes.
He's not dead, but he's not happy.
Ah, I was really hoping it's just like it's one of those like Mortal Kombat things. Horik just punches forward, just goes straight through him. Doesn't know how. There's a hole where that man's stomach used to be.
16.
16 does not hit.
Yeah, I think you need to hit an 18 minimum.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you
That's it.
also have Fargas.
Yeah. Fargas is going to move up. Oh, I don't actually roll his initiative. Never mind, he's in the right place. And then be the pathetic guy he is.
He almost hits. He
There we
hit this
go.
time.
And yep.
Yeah, I think you have. There you go. Yep, he's.
The spy, huh?
Yeah.
It's the spy stat block.
Yeah.
Remember how Horik and Alu were sort of suspicious of the guy? There might have been reasons.
No, it's just the spy stat block.
He's too good at stabbing Drow for my liking.
Anything else, Hork?
Fargus is going to yell at all the drow and stuff. You bloody knife ears! You can't take me alive.
No, he's not doing that. Nice try.
He strikes a match on his chin stubble and drops it at his feet.
Does he have room, or do they need to? Yeah, he can do it from back there. He will move up.
Didn't I entangle those ones?
Yeah, that one's entangled.
Oh yeah, he is. You're right. I forgot that that's not a web because it can ignore webbing. Might be. It doesn't matter because it can still hit from where it was anyways. So Bjorn.
Hmm.
Let me see. Does a 19 hit?
Nope.
19 does not hit.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
In which case, then it shall. Ooh, that's gonna be unfortunate. Yeah, that's gonna be unfortunate. I'm just double checking to make sure that I know what we're doing here. It is actually going to cast Dispel Magic to remove the entanglement. And then it is going to skitter up, and it is using its spider thing to kind of come up alongside the walls.
Mhm.
And it will try to.
Fargus
Bite.
is giving it the middle finger, by the way.
It's not the crit. Don't worry about the crit.
Yeah, it's just the 20.
Yeah.
The 41 is still pretty harsh, though.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That would actually kill me outright. Straight up right there.
It's a good thing that it's not fighting you then.
So it can make multiple actions a turn, can it?
Yes.
So I'm guessing, yeah. Well, who is it biting?
You.
Okay, so I need to do a con save to see if I actually take poison damage or not.
But yeah, as Webgun just pointed out there, it casts a spell magic, which is an action.
Yes. It has 3.
No, it casts spell magic and now is biting.
Yes. This is the stat block from Mordecai's. The new
Okay.
Mordecai book.
It's one of those things.
Yeah.
All right. Don't really like how it readjusts the casters. They're a bit weird.
Yeah, and I have an advantage on this con save because it's poison,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's okay, Lou. It wouldn't instantly kill you anyway.
It is
Oh,
poison.
fuck. Ow.
As you're about to find out. You still take half.
You're a brave man, Joanne.
You know, it's only 20 extra damage. Fuck's sake.
So 39 total?
No, just 32.
Yeah.
There was no crit.
For doing the math.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully, it did not actually crit. Otherwise, that would have. Oh boy.
That
There
was
just
half
goes to
my
most
health.
of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said to Pan there, it couldn't actually kill you. It puts you in a stable but poisoned situation to devour later.
Tasty snack.
That's why their damage is so huge, even on early spiders. Low CR ones. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, do you remember that, Braider?
Uh-huh. I think Halfred's still puking up poison. I'm not sure.
Where
One of
half
the
your body
worst
is
days of his
poison.
life.
We're literally, oh my god, it's 20 poison damage.
Well, speaking of, it is Gadix's turn.
Yeah, I was waiting for all that to blow over.
Every fluid and solid was pushed out of you to make room for venom.
Kago's gonna bite this guy because he can flank. Hey, flanking.
Hey, no
Chris Knox was the
flanking.
last
He's
one.
also flanked.
I know.
Yeah, he doesn't get it,
You get the 16.
which means you don't hit.
I don't. What?
Because he's
He does not
flanked.
hit.
Oh, I'm flanked by flank. Oh, shit.
Yeah, we decided to do that so there's a bit more movement.
Okay, that token isn't round, so it didn't process in my brain. I was like, huh?
It's 4 bloody squares.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Who do I want? Jim Jar. Jim Jar can shoot through us, right? Maybe.
Yes.
If I wanted to maybe hit that guy.
Yeah.
There's only short people in the way.
Well, Jim Jar's also short.
Get on my shoulders.
21 definitely hits. And the drow just looks like he's having drow is having the worst day in existence.
I'm gonna shoot the same one, so he's about to have a pretty worse day.
Yep.
I think he's gone.
No, he is
He's
very
not gone?
hurt.
Okay, well, we'll continue making the day worse.
You have yeah. Yeah, now he's dead.
There we go.
These guys have a lot of health.
And yeah, I don't want to get any closer to that spider. We're fine here.
I mean, you did just obliterate a large portion of them in one spell. But
Yeah, like that one's not a threat. This one's a pain in my ass, and then there's this thing. But I'm finished.
Bernard.
Questions. Are the drow wielding metal swords or armor?
Yes.
To which?
Studded leather armor, and then the blades are definitely metal. The only one that's not is the current spider, because spider. Also, the acolyte in the back is not as well.
I guess the question does arrive. Is the studs and the studded leather armor metal?
I'm gonna say that it doesn't count.
Well, let's get these things to drop one of their weapons anyway.
I assume you probably want the one that isn't hypnotic pattern.
Yeah, the one at the front.
Okay. What is the roll for this?
That's no roll.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a con if you want to keep holding their weapon, though.
Ah.
Take 2d8 when the spell is cast. Okay, so 2d8. 8. Come on.
That is what makes heat metal even more fucked. It's the fact that you can't save.
Yeah.
Although, if Reno was a malicious DM and he drops the weapon, this hot burning weapon on all this web.
You know, I was already going to do that.
So we'll see if he can keep his grip on it as a dedicated elite drow soldier and whatnot. He wouldn't want to let go of that, would he?
He does not, actually. He drops it anyways. And yes, the webbing starts to catch around their feet. It hasn't gone up completely yet, though.
You absolute useless skit as I look at the drow in front of me.
The one in front of you is just out.
Just glancing back about, the fuck were we told when we got in here? What did the nice goblins say to us?
How do you drop concentration or whatever it is at any time?
You can if you want, but that's a bit of a waste of a spell slot.
Yeah, well, right now he's fucking setting this web on fire.
Not to mention the web is already smoldering.
Smoldering is not litten.
So, what are we doing?
It's Bernard, and then I guess the prince is going to attack twice.
Who is he going to attack?
The only one that's by him.
Isn't he crazy right now?
Well, he's not crazy in the attack randomly. He's crazy as in he will attack if the situation presents itself. Ooh, Bernard's hitting well today. Or not Bernard, but Darren Bull. 13. Yeah, this guy is definitely having a very bad day, and he's regretting his life choices. Anything else?
No, I think that's about it.
Arton.
I'm wondering how fragile the webbing underneath that drow is now.
Well, there's one way to find out.
One of thaumaturgy's uses is can cause vibrations in
I was gonna
surfaces.
say, can you throw your voice?
Dried out brittle webbing could snap when given a nice little tremor. And down he goes.
If I was a cool DM, I'd allow it. Just
I
throw it
know.
out there.
Only a cool DM would.
If you want to give it a go, you can give it a go.
I mean, there's no roll or anything involved unless you decide on it.
I know, but if you want to give it a go, you can give it a go.
See, do I have anything more useful? Because it would just be that one segment of snap. Spider silk is very strong. But alternatively... it's a case of I've got no footing to go elsewhere. But this thing's clinging to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So it would actually be visible.
Oh yeah, and it's big anyways. It's a giant spider.
Yeah. Fuck it, I'll
And you
zap it
just
with a
let him
level
stab
1
it.
guiding bolt. Well, hopefully. Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah.
Well, that seems less fun.
But, I mean, that's a good hit.
Ooh. Yeah,
Yeah.
you did roll well.
And it is lit up.
Yes, advantage on the next attack.
Mm-hmm.
It's Bjorn. He's gonna need it.
I don't know, Turvey could always take it right now. It's the only thing he
I got
could
this,
shoot.
Guys.
Oh, that would be a dick move.
Not really.
Not really a dick move. Yeah, it's the only thing he could shoot. Yeah.
I mean, he could shoot the Drow Elite Warrior.
You think? Because Nadrax, the Prince, and also, like, Felric and all is in the way. That's a lot of people.
I mean, you let
Sure.
Jim Jar shoot through the crowd of people. But
I mean,
yeah.
if you moved up a little closer, I'd vote that you could.
Okay, that's his movement.
Yeah, it is true. Well,
Get
no,
one more
you can,
in.
you can,
Nadrax
yeah, you
and
can
Daredevil
move
duck.
one more.
Hmm?
You can go one more up.
No, it's difficult terrain.
Yeah, that means because he has 20, so he can move 2 squares. There you go.
I don't think it
That's
improves
way
his
better
shot that
angle.
much.
It kind of does, because now he's only shooting
There you go. He just puts a hole in the web.
2 at his feet. Lou.
Harton has inspired me. I'm gonna come up with a new spell right now on the spot. You guys ready for this?
Oh no.
Lou assumes the Psychonaut's position. And he says, Hasta luego, spider. Twice, because I have advantage. And it's a good spell, guys.
The Yep, all of those hit. So give me your 1d20s.
1d20 damage? Fuck right off.
No modifiers. Doesn't level up.
Yeah. So's normal cantrips don't have modifiers.
I traded it out for my fucking Dissonant Whisper spell.
Why?
This is so much worse.
You should have taken 1d6 plus disadvantage on next round.
There we go. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Lou?
We're just gonna move Felric. Oop, can I here? And gun one more time on the spider. Where is that?
Yep, it hits. And is he immune to poison, actually?
I don't think it really matters.
I don't think spiders are immune to
Only
poison.
resistance.
Back in a sec.
They have a resistance. Because I wasn't sure on the stat block. Alright, anything else?
Nope.
Uzana.
That's as far as I can move forward. And let's see. I believe we'll strangle the spider cat.
Hmm. It fails.
All right. And
So
more
hit.
importantly, see if I have it listed here. I do. So it gets pushed back 5 feet.
Does that do attack of opportunity from Kago?
It is forced movement, so it does not.
Okay.
I could also pull it further down the wall. If there's space to move it closer to the floor.
It would just move it to the side.
Yeah, so that works.
Yeah. And anything from Topsy?
Let me move up to their sibling, and I don't know. Actually, I can check. And no longer range.
I forgot to roll for Spider Bait and Yuck Yuck. So they will
Oh,
go
why the
on.
heck not? Let's do a disadvantage shot. Click. 14.
Unfortunately, no hit.
Well.
I will run the goblins are going to be taking pot shot. They are on GM. That was annoying.
We trust you. Did they hit?
But only one of them hit for 4 damage on the poster guy.
And nothing of value was lost.
And now, the acolyte comes up. And she shakes the other drow warrior awake. She's using some very rude language, Lou. She's not happy about his napping and drooling on the job.
I'm learning.
That one was easy because you remembered Saloon using a lot of those words at you.
He'll never get the chance again because he's in a jar. Oh wait.
Yeah, you forgot about that part.
Well, here we are. Nadrax.
Okay.
Does a
So
19 hit?
19 hits, yes.
Okay. And then Bjorn. There's a new fellow who's awake at you.
That's a miss.
Oh no, those were both his. 14,
Why is
18.
the girl warrior got a short sword?
Who has a short
He
sword?
dropped it.
That's a good question. Yeah, never
This
mind.
one, yeah.
I'm dumb. Nadrax, you didn't get hit.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding me. I forgot.
I assume the sword went straight through the floor and is gone by now.
Yeah, it has gone through now, so he doesn't have much of a choice. So never mind. Yeah, he has to do something different. But Bjorn does a 18 hit.
Nope.
Okay. So none of them hit anything, but in the back row, which would be Topsy to the goblins in the back, and also, let me throw the box up. Okay.
Can I see? But I can a little bit because I have an eye patch somehow.
Yeah, you can see 5 foot. But yeah, you got. Is that right? Yep, okay, we're good. That area is covered in darkness. Bjorn!
Hey.
He tried to swing at you and failed.
All right. Well, let's see if I have better luck this time. Ah. Nope. Also, I forgot to put it on normal. That's a miss the first time.
Mm-hmm. Which one are
And
you
a
trying
miss
to
the
hit?
second. The guy right in front of me.
Okay. Not the spider.
No.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and I should probably second wind.
That would be a good idea.
Can't remember to also adjust the tiers, so I actually get the.
All right. You recover some health and feel a little better. The poison does not make you feel that great, though.
Yeah. That one was that could have been better. Right, at the end of my turn.
You may be resistant to it, but that doesn't mean you like the taste.
What is Ildes going to do in her web prison? In the darkness? Is she going to stay put or try to
Oh
vacate?
right, I forgot about her. She's gotta go out. Let's see, 5. She can just go out here. I can see the huge fuck off spider. It's gonna take 2 shots at it.
Ow.
Yeah.
That's the end of Felda's turn.
Okay. Nadrax. Just because I realized you all can't see that.
Alright, so that guy currently has no weapon.
Correct.
Then I'm going to just go past him.
He
Because
could try to
fuck
punch you, but yeah, he's not going to try to punch you.
it.
Do you
However-
glare at him while you go past just to rub it in?
However, with the walking past that you all are doing,
Okay.
oops. Nadrax, as you're starting to walk by, you notice the webs are starting to snap around the drow's feet.
Okay, that's not good. Around this draws.
Correct.
You might want to get away from this guy soon, or push him down the hole. Which hole, you ask? You will see soon. In the meantime, there shall be stabbings happening, hopefully. It is not a crit, unfortunately.
No. I assume the spider.
Yes.
Okay.
That means 18 damage. Oh god, that was horrible damage. And 6 go over to this one. It's a priestess, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And she screams bloody murder and says
Good.
things you assume would probably be very rude things about your mother.
Well, I got the sick burn first.
Anything else?
And at what's difficult terrain?
Yes.
Oh wait, I still have just used half movement, so... why not? The 15 does not hit, or hit?
Does not hit. Wait, no, it does
Alright.
hit if you're hitting the spider.
Yeah, then it's 2 extra damage.
Okay.
And that's it.
Ulrich.
Ulrich is going to move up to the priest here. And just to rub it in, is going to yell, I cast sword.
Jesus. Fuck.
The first one hit. So you might want to roll. Yeah, okay. She's dead with the first one.
Okay. Well, then the second one's going to the other drow.
Okay.
One drow
he-
beheading.
Yeah, you just splattered a bunch of priestess blood all over him. He's not happy. There's something about the heresy.
Okay. This isn't going to get any better, but Horik now yells, I cast fist.
And it worked.
Yeah. He's
I never
having
knew
an
Horik
even
was a
worse day.
spellcaster.
Neither did he.
Okay, and that's it for Horik at the moment. Fargus is going to move up one. Does he get advantage on that because the guy's so badly flanked?
I'd say. Oh yeah, no, yeah, he gets advantage. Not really.
Can he stand where Congo
he can-
is?
yeah, he
You're a
can pop in
halfling.
and
You can
pop
share
out.
spaces.
Yeah.
Yep. And then he'll move back out of the way afterwards.
Yeah.
How the hell do I? I can't get advantage on this sheet easily, but yeah. No.
It's something you have to enable in the settings in order to have the little
Yep.
flicker. I
Okay.
don't like NPC sheets. They're
The
kind of
24 definitely hit.
Yep. So that's another about 17 all up.
Yeah, that is. He is not malgurned.
That's fine.
Concentration save.
On.
On the darkness, yes.
Oh yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Nope. No more
Goodbye,
darkness.
Okay,
old friend,
Fargus is
no.
going to make a rude gesture at the spider.
It hisses and says, "You're next."
Ow.
Good.
Now we know how Fargus got caught.
He'll get.
Well, let's see. First off, it is going to do things the hard way. I should not have deleted that. Because it is going to proceed to throw down another darkness globe because you just destroyed the other one and it's not happy with that. It's being petty. It is very annoyed at this moment.
It's a shame my lantern can't dispel darkness. It only detects invisible.
However, it then disengages. Actually, no, it can't disengage and do that. Never mind. Okay. So it is. Where's it going to hit? Nadrax. I don't think a 13 hits.
No. My AC is bad, but not that bad.
Bjorn.
Nope.
12 does not hit either. Wow. Y'all are lucky. Got it.
She says to the guys he did 39 damage to.
Mm-hmm.
You are so lucky.
I mean, that's why you're lucky.
Bonus action for Kago first. He gets advantage now, yes? Now that we've cleared off that
Oh,
spider.
and as a bonus, I forgot, as a bonus action, it turns back into a drow.
No, you've already ended his turn. Sorry. Your hand came off the piece. Get him, Kago.
And Kago savages the drow to death.
Hooray. Good boy, you'll get extra treats later.
Woof. Woof. However, did you move Kago onto the spot?
I didn't move Kago. I haven't moved Kago at
Okay,
all.
you haven't moved Kago. Okay.
Nope, Kago's gonna stay right there. I moved Jim Jar here. That's the only movement I'm gonna do this turn.
Okay, you're good.
Because Jim Jar's gonna take a shot at the elf.
I would suggest we all try and get past the spot before it gets worse.
Where's the spot again? Because I don't see it. Yeah, okay.
Here, I will.
Yeah, mark it,
okay,
'cause
somebody did it for me. Thank you.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was like there. So yeah, okay, fine. We'll move past the spot. Jim Jar will take the first shot at that drow. Jim Jar will miss horribly.
Nadrax, you find that there is suddenly a hand crossbow bolt in your cloak.
Okay. This is clearly not from one of our enemies. Please
It's
stop.
okay. I'm gonna. I got this.
So who did you hit?
The same. We're shooting the same one. This guy. This.
You all hear the earth-shattering kaboom. You didn't even have to roll because I knew you were going to do more than 2 damage.
Oh. Okay.
You all hear the kaboom. Suddenly, the drow is missing a head.
And Gaddix is on his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of got blown
He
back.
accidentally double loaded, and the globe of darkness in the back disappears yet again. Lou, you've gone in and out of darkness more times than you want to admit.
Yeah, but I got to see a drow head explode. How cool is that? You
You
lifted the
didn't get
curtain
to
and
see it.
boom. I saw the aftermath though, right?
You saw the headless drow fall.
Nice. That was a spider last time I checked. Oh well.
So
He turned back into a drow and then promptly exploded.
Bernard, things are getting cleaned up. You are also able to see again.
So he,
Right,
he
I'm
does
going
not.
to move up to here. Cool. And start casting Mending on the hole.
Oh, that's actually a good idea, yeah.
So that's my turn. I'm done. I can't do anything else until I'm finished that.
Yeah, it works. The spot is just a spot now.
It takes 1 minute.
Oh, okay. Well, as you're doing that, you're okay.
And the prince is going to move away from the hole. And that's about his turn as well.
Harton, as it's your turn, you just notice the one lone drow just kind of raises his hands. He just raises his hands and looks
Quick,
around.
take him out. He's casting a spell.
He's not
making
gonna
He's
himself
say
coming
anything.
right for you.
He's got a fucking march to do before he gets to me, Bo.
He's clearly armed.
Hey,
Okay,
two of them.
he has not put his blades down. He has 2 blades. He hasn't put them down, but he is holding his hands with the blades up.
Holy shit, it's dressed the words. He's got 2 scimitars.
Felric, tell him to put the fucking swords away.
Felric does comply, and the individual sheathes them and then puts the hands back up.
Right. Just fucking march him down the hallway and let's get out of here before this rips further.
We could make him another hole and put him through.
How about we ask him a serious question first? Are you looking for new employment opportunities?
Keep fucking walking. Move. You can walk and talk.
Into the spider tunnel.
Most of you are capable of both speaking, walking, and breathing at the same time. For the rest of you, just hold your breath for a little bit.
Can we manage to throw in some snacking in there while we're walking?
Lou, you're the one at most risk here.
Surely someone who's a bigger target.
It's not about being a target, it's about capabilities.
Well, I invented a new spell, so I think I'm very capable.
Fuck it, I'll grab the rabble rouser. So we could do a proper shakedown on something a bit more solid. For one thing, I want to see what the fucking right up of us is. Is it a... Maybe there's a wanted poster. I could do with one of them for a wall.
So you're what are you taking?
The whole body to see if there's anything worthwhile in them later.
Yeah, he's just taking the bodies
The
for
headless
later.
body, okay. You notice, yeah, the warrior that is coming along with you is just looking at you incredulously.
Oh, this guy now, fucking high and mighty on his horse.
Once you've lost, you don't get to have opinions.
Quickly, I'm going to try and loot the priests and stuff as we go by, see if they've got any rations that are edible or
Are you
something
sure
like
you're not a
that.
Kendar?
Yeah, Corvus has the
Yeah, you can go through them as you
spot.
like. I'm just fucking moving them.
Yeah. The acolytes and the priestesses, you see there's a lot of like spellcasting components and religious.
Not
None of them
interested.
yeah, basically nothing that's really of value. Grand total you find about 14 gold.
Okay. I was more interested in some stuff we could use to survive down here. Oh, well.
I was looking for
Mine.
something to show our notoriety. You know, something we
Is
could
it
put in the
yours,
wall of the
traditional?
tavern.
I assume as you're walking, you're probably going to be trying to interrogate your new friend here, yes?
Okay, I do have one question before we interrogate him, actually. If we hire an artist to do a rendition of when we saw Demogorgon, will they risk being hit with madness the same way we were?
Possibly. No, it's not a laughing matter. Possibly.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
It actually is.
Oh, okay.
Demonic influence is horribly nasty. If you invoke them, you could wind up with the effects.
But it would be a badass painting for the
That's
tavern.
fun. Yeah, but it would be worth it. Immediately, yeah, but it'd be worth it.
I don't think a painting of an artist rendition, assuming that the painting wasn't, the person didn't see Demogorgon themselves.
Unless, of course, he took a notice of it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good idea. It would probably make people feel uncomfortable in our pub. That's not really a good vibe.
However,
More skulls.
a portrait of us slaying them, that'd be fine once we get around to it.
I don't know, the Mushroom Queen might be a fun painting just because of the colors. And the wedding setting, we could all be in tuxes.
What kind of mushroom is a tux?
I heard it tastes good.
The goblins do go to resume their spot forward and continue trying to lead you on down. Eventually, there is a nook in the wall that they kind of recommend pulling you all in to take a bit of a rest because some of you are rather beat up.
I give him an extra gold as a fee for Bernard using fire.
Cheers! I like you.
Good. Hopefully that'll result in a happy ending here at the end of this tunnel.
Yep, we should be fine. I mean, y'all fight good.
We do. Right, time to take a load off for a bit. Rest the feet.
So it's a short rest or?
This would be a short rest.
Okay.
And you lot can have your way with him. Well, would have dumped the body at some point once Horik had gone through it with his filthy fingers.
I was also looking to see if they had a map or anything to help navigate down here.
They do have a basic map.
Excellent.
Just corroborate with the current one we have, see what bits we need to add on with charcoal.
Yep.
Fold it up, stash it, then take it out and wonder, why is half this region blacked off? Because it just smears.
That's an interesting question. I'd like to thank you for asking it. As he wipes his hand on his shirt, yeah.
What? Yes. Who is going to try to speak to your new prisoner? And of course, Glabagul can easily help fix your little communication issue.
I mean, do you guys want Felric to,
What?
Do the thing of the, oh, I'm a lieutenant, I'm gonna beat you up. Hell,
Probably not the best idea.
yeah, I guess I'll punch him if you guys want me to.
So, do you have any experience in kitchens?
Kitchens?
Another failed drow. Never mind.
Another
I am
failed
a-
experiment.
I am a drow warrior.
So does he consider?
I kill things.
Does he consider Lou a successful drow?
Semi. At least he's
Semi.
interested in food.
Somewhat
That's the first
competent.
step.
Yeah.
It's not a complete write-off.
I've seen him cook though, and it wasn't a pretty sight.
No matter how many years he spends trying, he'll never be a natural. But he knows how to eat.
He layered the sandwich wrong.
This is a Lemon Clan special recipe. This one wasn't stolen by those damn, the hell is that guy's name? Brumblefoots.
I haven't stolen anything.
You haven't, that's not the problem. But someone you were related to a long time ago did fuck up.
You're just lucky we had several extra copies. But we are very disappointed in you.
Go on your permanent record, young man. Actually, how old is this guy?
The drow?
No, Fargus.
Oh, Fargus. Younger, maybe 30s.
What the hell are they letting a 30-year-old down here for?
He's an adventurer.
30, I was barely allowed to shovel hay. Probably because I was using a shovel, not a pitchfork.
Oh, because his mother wouldn't let him go near sharp implements.
Yeah, to use like the kitty things for digging in the sand pen.
But so far, your captive has been asked about cooking.
And he gave the wrong answer.
Yeah. So,
I guess we should ask him about the local area. Maybe he
Hmm.
knows something. How confused is he looking at this point?
He's baffled. This is not what he was expecting.
Good. It unnerves Drow very well. They start making mistakes at this point. I've learned that.
So, okay. He just looks at you all. He's not going to be providing information if you don't ask specifically.
So we're popular with the Drow and Menzo now, huh?
Tell us your mother's name.
I should point out at this point that Martin is not engaging in the interrogation because he's watching the others and taking notes on their performance. It is not a glowing review.
Go play good cop. You'll get him later, Harton.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he could know that would be
all right.
important to us.
Here's how many other parties is there out there looking for us right now? And what is the price on our heads?
Well, I didn't hear anything specific. We were out here on our own. We had just ran into High Priestess. What's her name? Mizrim. Elvira
I don't
Mizrim.
think it matters anymore.
Okay,
No,
why were you out there on your own?
we were sent to try to obtain a certain magical artifact. I don't know exactly what it was, but that's what our boss was looking for.
And
were you
where
going?
was it supposed to be?
I don't quite know. All I know is we were supposed to be going down south into the area we call the labyrinth.
I checked the map I got. Is there anything notes or anything on it?
But
Is that by
we got
chance-
Horik.
Yes.
Is that by chance the same area the Rumblefoot guy told us there was a treasure?
No, he mentioned somewhere more along your route. They mentioned. Let me open up. Like around this area.
I mean, If they're-
I
Yeah, I should probably pull you to that now.
if they sent one group, they probably weren't going to send another one, right? So if we go there probably wouldn't be anyone else there.
The area in question is down here, the LA labyrinth area.
okay, that's a fair bit away.
Yes.
I mean, are we on
And
any
the
particular
opposite
time
direction.
frame?
Look, Lou, it's the opposite direction, and how many days is this?
You've been down here for at this stage. Oh, gads. You're supposed to be down here for 2, maybe 3, 10 days. You've been down here closer to 6 now.
Been down here for 2 fucking months.
Yeah. Yeah, it will take a while to get there. And then get to Blindenstone. So I do not have a particularly huge urge to go down there. Do you?
Not particularly, no.
Let's see how good this. If we're actually on the way, are we going for the tomb that our new friend has mentioned?
Aye. I mean, it's on the way. Might be useful considering we're dealing with a demon infestation.
Yeah. Although, now you mention it, might be infested with demons.
Indeed.
What's the chances of that?
Pretty high. I have it on
Given
good
the amount
authority.
of demons we have seen around here, I think anywhere we go, there's a high chance of demons.
Now, can we take them? Probably, but
In a fight?
You say that, but we haven't actually seen any for quite a while outside of Mushroom Village.
And that was going to be a lost fight if we decided to try to take her on.
Aye, considering it was possibly actually her. No, we're not getting into that just yet.
Her who?
Uzi, you might have the pronunciation.
Hmm.
I'm bound to fuck it up. Zuckmoy.
Zucktoy?
Yeah, Spore Queen.
Wait, is Lectmoyus down here?
Also Demogorgon. You not hear
Well,
about
we
that
knew
one?
about that.
Oh, of course. I mean, he's an everyday bit of news.
Yeah, how bad was the damage, by the way, to the city?
Well, I've only just left the city. Just leaving the city was difficult in and of itself because currently we're under barrage. That's part of the reason why the matron mother sent us out here. The city is having issues, to put it mildly.
Okay.
And how would you put it?
Well, he went through a rampage through the Stench Streets, through Sorcerre. Thankfully, Eric Tinolith hasn't been hit, but I mean, Melee back there was also safe. But it went through large portions of the city, and you don't really understand the kind of carnage that can cause in a large city. We've had mass insanity. You could be fighting side by side with somebody, and the next thing you know, they're trying to tear your throat out.
How does that differ from normal drow society, though?
They normally save the backstabbing till after the fight is done.
Yes, and in a situation like this, we are not backstabbing each other. This is too much. He came from Sorcerer, went down through Westwall, Mist Rift, went through the Duthcloim, hit Eastmere, the Brayren temporarily, and then went out the Claw Rift.
For some reason, I heard Duck Pond.
Duthcloim.
It's like he tore through the houses of the nobles and the greys, but there was also just one little peasant duck pond sitting there with weird, creepy, translucent albino ducks, sightless.
Race cars, lasers, airplanes.
But he does specify Sorcerer, Westwall, Mist Rift, Duthcloim, Eastmere, the Brayren, and then back around through the Claw.
A whole list of things that mean nothing to anyone in the party except for Felrit.
Correct. But they might come up later.
That's simply a good old wave of destruction.
Yes.
I would also point out that the labyrinth is the opposite direction from that city.
It's also the other way we were coming. Might have to keep that one noted down.
I admit I don't know much about what is going on. Just that, well, the matron mother sent us.
You know, probably would have helped recovery efforts if we hadn't just killed all your party, huh?
I mean, they wouldn't have told you anything.
Well, I mean, for the city, if you guys had gotten back in one piece.
Possibly.
Fascinating way to frame it, Lou.
What's he gonna do with the information? We're not letting him go, are we?
I mean, I was hoping you would.
Cock's gun. Nobody leaves.
Right, on your feet, we're leaving.
Ah.
Just completely undermine him. It'll probably be a funny question once we're out of here, though. Because I'm sure you're not fancying being left alone among this lovely little locale.
Once we're clear of this, I could quite easily go home.
Would you survive going home?
Yes, drow.
I
Well,
mean,
so
would
am
they
I.
want,
I would die.
Would they want you back after losing your priestess?
You're a drow who failed. That tends to be lethal.
Well, I can give a report to the matron mother, and right now we don't really have.
You're going to
despair?
lie to the matron mother?
No. You can just say, there was a terrible occurrence, I'm the only survivor, I guess we just have to wait a wee bit, and then hope that report gets lost among all the other ones of, things are fucked up right now due to a massive demon crushing through the city.
Right now, it's bad enough that we have patrols around Menzo Baronzon from all the houses. We have to literally guard every entrance and exit against the hordes of demons. And let's be realistic, even when we're not doing that, we have to guard from demons in the city. Because, of course, there had to have been hundreds of the stupid things when Demogorgon marched in.
Are you sure you want to go back? It just sounds awful.
No, I really don't.
I'm going to look at Felric and say, how the hell did your boss time this like this? Did he know something?
I don't think so. He wouldn't have let us come down here if he knew Demogorgon was down here.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm quite sure. Thank you very much.
I mean, it's a big place. What are the chances we run into him?
Yes, and the other thing that went wrong, which was supposedly near him and taken care of.
Yeah, but obviously that wasn't meant to happen.
Are you sure?
Why would he release a revenant that wants to kill him and Lou and myself?
To be fair, if it was just trying to kill him, the answer could have simply been boredom.
I mean, I could see that.
But the rest of the
but
target's
he
not so
isn't the
much.
primary target. I'm looking at Lou at this point.
Why? I wish I was on the surface.
He doesn't want to kill Lou.
He doesn't want Lou. No, let's phrase it correctly. He doesn't want Lou to be killed.
Yes.
He
He
doesn't want
himself
Lou
would
to
love to
die.
kill me.
We can't rule out the other one, though.
Does he want to test Lou?
Not that way, I don't think.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a mistake, because a Revenant, especially one that has breaking the earth intel and such, is a bit of a pain in the arse. You don't want him flapping his jaw at anyone.
The second that one of you say Bragandare, the drow perks up his ears.
It's weird to see them do that. You didn't think they'd have the muscles there.
I look at him and say, so you are interested in alternative employment?
Wait, are we making an offer here? And Felric just goes, I cannot make those offers. I do not have that authority. That is purely Camuriel and Jarlaxle.
But you can work for me.
How does the drow look at that when Jarlaxle is actually mentioned?
I mean, he recognizes the name.
Could
Okay.
Lou get auxiliary employees for Brigadier?
I'm starting my own organization just with this guy.
Look,
Build my own
no,
organization.
we're not
Black
doing
No,
that.
no. And the guy you own.
Yes, yes, the three of us, we're gonna be the new Brigadier 2.0.
No, I am shutting that down right now, darling. That is not what we are doing.
Me, the Drow Warrior, and the fucking tavern guy. We're gonna take down the world.
What we can do is we could
Look,
bring
Sweet
him
roll
with
at a
us.
Look, Lou has got a staff as in.
It'll
he
be like-
bought an inn.
It'll be like in Paper Mario 2, where you meet Luigi. You hear the exploits of his adventure, then you talk to the party member for the real version of how he was a massive fuck up and everything went wrong.
Felric says, if we want, we can bring him up to the surface, and then either Camuriel or quite even possibly High Captain Kurth could consider possibly recruiting him. But I don't have that authority.
Or we could just send him on his way once we're done here and remind him, don't fucking come near us again. Don't tell anyone to come and find us. It's a very bad idea. You saw what we did. We can do more. It's pretty simple.
But also, I mean, he still might go back and give a report. But this, if he comes with us, nobody gets a report. He gets to not go back there. I think it's everybody wins.
The drow doesn't seem to mind either way.
You'd think you'd have an opinion. What would this be in your life's pathway here?
I can go back to my matron mother, or I can.
Do you think we can let you go back?
Have we ruled out killing him?
Do you
We've
think
ruled
you
out
might
killing
know
him. He
too much
surrendered.
at this- might know a little too much at this point.
Not really. The people,
All I know is
the
that
people
there's
he
a group
fucking
of-
kidnapped us knew we were breaking the earth. It didn't fucking matter to them.
And my house is in allegiance with House Feyhenry. We have no desire to cause issues with Bragandare. Matron Mother has hired Bragandare on several occasions.
There you go.
Good. More information we didn't have before. Thank you so much.
Well, importantly, it means he's probably just gonna chop this one down as a bad day.
It was a bad day.
Move along.
Namely, I'll just have to report the folly of House Mizram.
And besides, it's not like we're not already targeted and hunted down by someone who knows where we are, so him giving any intel is not going to make a difference.
What are the chances Saloon is actually working with any of the Matron Mothers?
Pretty high.
Like, which one would specifically want to kill us?
Someone who
We're
doesn't
not
like...
talking about this right now. Not with not with Drow around. We'll talk about it later.
I mean, any Drow would want to kill me. That's not a secret, at least.
I mean, would he know if any house is pissed off a breaking the earth recently?
It, you see the drow kind of looks a little bit, I mean, I could probably guess too. I'm not necessarily up with the politics, but there's two very well known.
Sure.
That would be House Malarn and probably House Hundren.
There we go. Might not be a lead or anything like that there, but it's something.
We know who to watch out for.
Felric does point out one of the priestess we spoke to in the tunnel with our revenant friend was House Malarn.
She didn't have too much issue of starting shit. Cheers.
So am I not going to die?
One day, but not today.
Fuck's sake. You don't have to say it that way. You can just say, "Nah, we're not going to kill you."
Oh yeah, that would be more reassuring. But we all die
You know,
one day.
so long as you don't lunge for a knife and attempt to get a quick backstab in. Just simple as that. Right, into the Silkways.
You continue on, and it's getting close to the end of your adventuring time. You're starting to get tired. However, Yuck Yuck and Spiderbait do say we recommend pushing a little bit more. We think we can probably get done by the end of the day. It'd be safer to rest outside of the Silken Paths.
That'll be handy, aye.
And as you continue, eventually you get to a very open section. Some of them almost are claustrophobic. This one, you can actually see down a fair ways. Of course, it's, a completely dark cavern. You're really the only light there. Which is why when something starts rising up, it's a bit, unfortunate. And it kind of is more than a little bit spooky. As, hold on, I just want to make sure that the creature floats up. You see the one eye. And then you see the four eyes on tentacles.
What a weird elephant.
No. I'm just going to put this in tabletop.
Fine spaghetti monster.
This floats up.
Another one.
Another new pet.
The spectator floats up.
Bad Lou.
And it's just... You might want to get out of here quickly, friends. And he says this to you all telepathically.
Right, we intend to.
There are demons rising in the dark.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's quite a few. You should also watch your own back. Or neck.
I am. Are you demons in disguise?
No, we're not.
No, we're surface dwellers. If you ever come up, we run the Troll Skull Tavern. Come visit us sometime.
Really? Really? He's not going to get through the
sure.
door check. You need at least shoes.
Oh well,
Really?
you can carry
I
'em.
looked down at my feet, which
Your staff, you're different. It looks better if our staff don't have shoes. It means we're not spending frivolously on wages.
We just
we
have
let those
anti-slip forward.
halflings in. That was one of our best nights.
Well, that's different. That's for religious purposes. Exemption clause.
Well, it's nepotism, family.
Also makes it easier to track you little fuckers.
And you do see him just go, are we sure you are not a demon?
Well, I'm able to cast divine magic. I don't think any demons mastered that yet.
Give me a persuasion.
Alright. Also have this adorable little oil bear.
The owlbear was what pushed it over.
You convinced him. He goes, right, yes, the demon wouldn't have that owlbear. No.
Or of a cube.
But keep watch. They are here, and they can look just like your friends there. Then one moment you're talking to your friend, the next second it's like Labrazoo trying to pencil your head off.
I didn't know if I could do that sort of thing.
They can. They have done. I knew another little creature, a little Nothic, that used to be my friend, but he turned out into a demon, and I had to petrify him.
Well, I mean, I give him a rundown of the Mushroom Village.
Yes, see? Oh, you all might be infected. You get going. Go.
Oh no,
be
we're
gone.
not infected. I have to put a lot of work that way.
He's floating off
one
as
thing,
he's.
one thing before you go.
Don't you fucking ask him about potatoes. I will strangle you, you little shit.
I'm going to ask him: is there? Does he know a way of curing the petrification? Just a future reference. We've run across a couple of petrified beings before, and we're wondering if we could help them.
He says, well, it was paralyzed, and then I just had to obliterate him in the old-fashioned way. But it doesn't matter. Be gone. Goodbye. I do not want to be infected by any spores as he floats away.
You see, that doesn't share tricks of the trade, Zorik.
Okay. I remember the Troll Skull's Tavern.
He's gone.
Okay.
He's the
I
type
forgot
who'd
to
only
mention
order
what
water,
city.
completely clear water, and he'd have to pour it himself.
You also forgot to mention what city it's in.
We are in all cities.
Chain.
Yeah, that's why I got that guy just to do franchising.
Franchise. Yeah.
Yeah, did no one mention to Harton that we're doing the franchise thing?
Well, it came out of his paycheck. I hope somebody told him.
Uzi, didn't you tell him?
Lou holds up a very poorly forged Uzana signature. See, you signed off.
No, Uzi was in on the meeting.
I know for a fact she would have told me. We have lots of time to chat. Admittedly, a bit less when we got the Troll Skull because of the fucking constant dry infestations.
Do you think we're actually gonna get a break after this one?
I mean, maybe she was at the meeting, but just forgot. Or didn't listen because she was reading something.
Right, let's keep walking, let's move.
And yes, you do. It takes you another 3 hours, but you do successfully get yourself out.
Also remember, with the Great Demon General stomping about here and whatnot, causing all kinds of trouble, do you really think we're going to be the ones who get a break?
Surely by the time we get back to the surface, this whole thing will be dealt with.
Look at it, he's actually somewhat convinced by that statement. No, Lou, you know who has to solve this.
Jarlaxle.
You hear that laughter? That was
Really?
Felric concurring with you. And he
Drizzle
knows you.
has to
He
solve
knows your
this.
boss quite well.
I mean, he probably has plans for it.
I can always plan on that guy's plans. Even though I don't know what they are, they're there.
Yes, but the
But-
problem is the plans might be immigration to a new land.
That is a plan he has.
He has done that before. That's how he got himself exiled from Damara. But that's a different story. You don't want to see when Jarlaxle decides to move. He also got chased out of Callanport. That's a different story.
He also has his emergency any realm, any reality teleport that happen at random.
Yeah, if he's going to actually die. But yeah, you all do get out, and Yuck Yuck and Spider Beat. Oh, there you go. We got you out in one day, like we said we would.
Excellent
I'll make
work.
quick word of things.
So much.
As advertised, well done.
Oh, we told you we nailed the quickest way out.
Aye. Well, do
Send
be
him to
careful when
your
you.
direction.
Aye, do be careful when you head back in.
Well, we're gonna be definitely camping out here, and we're gonna go sleep, and then we'll be heading back in to do what we need to do.
Well,
If you ever come up to the surface, just Find us some water deep. Coldstone Tavern.
Oh, we don't go up there.
We're
bright.
famous.
Way too bright. Do we look like the kind of people who want to be up on the surface seeing that giant ball of fire in the sky? Absolutely not.
Free booze?
I mean, I like free booze, but not a ball of fire in the sky. No, no, thank you.
It's only in the sky half the day.
I do not care. That is more than enough time. As a matter of fact, I even heard that it is bright up there when it is dark. I don't like that. No.
To be fair, it's also a bit of a travel for them. Right now we're quite a bit inland.
Yep, no, not happening. We are content to be here where we belong. Thank you very much.
Well, you're the.
Horrick's
best
still trying to
alchemist
force
I
a
ever
flyer
did.
into her hand.
Yeah, we pay them a few silver to market for us. Just anybody who crosses.
So, you all have a great time. I'm very grateful for my 2 gold and the tip. If you come back this way, don't hesitate to hit us back up again. If you don't find us immediately, if you just wait at the ends, eventually we'll find you all.
Alright, good to know.
Cheers. And they skitter down. You didn't initially see it, but they move some rocks and skitter down a little tiny passageway that requires squeezing. They even oil themselves up a little bit to get through.
Strangely sensual. Alright, let's get a little bit beyond the outskirts and camp down for a bit.
What's the new drow? What's his name?
Do you ask? Because you haven't asked him yet.
I'll ask him his name. I'm very polite.
X to doubt. He does introduce himself as Nalruz Simriven. Sorry, that is an actual house. I just didn't know how to pronounce it because I have never heard anything about it. But there we go. Nalruz Simriven. And he does ask, so am I parting ways or am I sticking with you?
You gonna stab some demons?
I know how to stab demons.
Are you
I
not
vote
gonna
for
stab
leaving.
any of us?
I vote for leaving him to his own priorities. Anyone else?
I mean,
Yeah,
maybe Jarlax
fuck
will
off.
give me a. He might give me a bonus point if I recruit a good guy.
What?
He's
Yes,
not really in the
okay.
usual situation, though. He might not be as motivated.
I'll just hold on to him and have him work at my new tavern for a little while.
No. I think you have to let this one go. If he comes back to you, though, that'll show you really cared.
A competitive salary at my new tavern, and hey, man.
I don't think I'm going to work a tavern, thank you. I'm a warrior.
Hey, you could beat the. Well, never, yeah,
You've
okay.
never worked in the service industry, sir.
Coward.
No, I just simply I fight things. I stab them and they die.
Rastas, there's more.
You'd be
fighting
amazed at
nowadays
the
than
overlap.
was in Waffle House.
At running a tavern, we have killed bugbears, trolls, ratmen. The list goes on.
Zombie beholder.
Yeah, there's one of those as well.
You all are fascinating. I think I have a better chance going back to Menzel Baronzon on my own.
Have fun.
Probably fair.
Put in a good word for us, or probably won't actually.
Or don't, yeah.
Just
He gives
forget
a-
you saw us, and don't forget we saw you.
He gives a polite bow and he does take his leave, although for the first bit he is backing upwards, clearly not trusting that you aren't going to just stab him in the back. And
There
then
was that assassin as well, wasn't there? Yeah, we've killed a lot of things running a tavern.
but he does eventually escape.
I mean, you're forgetting, Auric. We killed the assassin, then the assassin, then the assassin.
We let one live.
No, I'm pointing out it was all fucking saloon.
Well, yeah.
Does
But
it
that-
really count as us killing the assassin when he just told the portal to close and he got cut in half?
Well, there was that assassin with the big bow.
Well, we didn't fight him. We just ratted him out to the fucking authorities.
Mm-hmm.
True.
He's probably still watching our tavern now, wondering where we went.
Would have liked that bow. Looked about the right size for a change. Right, Uzi, show your stuff. For us.
I didn't know you guys were in an open marriage.
The rest of you, enjoy the cold.
All right. It's bedtime, I'm guessing. And with a ritual, it is tiny hut time.
For just the four of us.
And yes, you get your sleep, so please do refresh all of your stuff. You get your
Actually, I'll probably let the goo out. Let him have a squidge in peace.
Mm-hmm. He can block up the hallway.
Refill some spell slots.
I want to take watch with Gabaglool.
Yeah, me so, yeah. I'll do watch. I don't mind.
I can't take any of these names seriously. I hate this module.
Well, this one makes sense. It's a cube of goo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Presumably
yeah.
his own name.
But
Not to,
his name is also more sensical than the fucking drow we just let go.
I was like, not to be confused
No,
with my
no
favorite
worries.
character, Gromp.
Sibivivivim.
What was the name of that village we destroyed on accident?
Superutheren from Pensaperunsen.
Let me using the Ontberg.
And the noted and fear you Lexel Beanry.
Nope, I hate you all.
Alexa,
Anyways.
use the errands on.
Under orders from the matter remover.
In short
Oh, no,
order,
it's Demogorgon.
Are we gonna have one session where we don't go Swedish?
No, it's required. That's what the Underdark is. It's just Swedish.
It's just Sweden, but underground, yeah.
Yeah.
in short order, your little halfling friend helps assist you all to navigate. It's only about one more day, and you get to the dusty tomb.
Prestidigitation immediately.
Mold Earth to collapse the entrance.
So, what kind of tomb is it?
It is a stone tomb. And yes, it is quite nice. You can tell whoever it is, this Netheril sorcerer must have definitely had some things going on here.
Didn't you say half elf?
Half elf, yes.
Yeah, half elf, never sorcerer.
It is also clear that the tomb did not originally start down here. It's one of those things where it slowly settled its way down through the years, dropping as Earth changed and there were different types of earthquakes and things. It has slowly gotten lower and lower and lower. And who knows how long before it continues going down and is eventually lost to time. But you do, when you get very, very close to the tomb, a very weird thing happens where a soft feminine voice sounds out in your mind, faint and distant, saying, "Hello, is someone there? Oh, please, I need your help. I've been trapped in the dark for so very long. Please, won't you help free me?"
Hello?
Sure.
Hello?
Obviously, I'm compelled to say yes to everything that goes into my mind.
At least it's a friendly ghost.
I ain't afraid of
And-
no ghosts.
She did say please. Yeah.
Aye.
You receive an impression of the general direction of where the entrance for this area might be. You're not sure if this is the tomb itself or if this is a coincidence. But as you follow along, it becomes quite clear. This is clearly the tomb. And you are now standing in the foyer. It is a dirty marble wall with a deep-set door made of bronze encased stone. And The bronze has turned green with age. Also, you can pretty much taste the phasris that is absolutely enveloped this area. The glowing, that glow is everywhere. You don't even need a torch to see into this place. You can just see on its own.
Not sure if we should be in here, Uzi. We're intending to have kids at some point. The rest of you go on ahead.
Gaddix pulls out his Geiger counter. Are we okay?
Phasris doesn't, do something like it's not radiation.
We don't know
It
that.
just means magic. Oh, no, Falric is happy to inform you. It's just that, your magic might be a little wonky.
Oh,
I cast Flare.
Does radiation exist in the Forgotten Realms?
Yeah, it's what radiant damage is.
Yeah, I was going to say radiant damage.
It used to be written up as sort of nuclear damage. They've changed it since then.
Also, the anti-drow
So-
field is a form of radiation.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're saying the plane of Celestials is radioactive.
Well, just radiant damage.
Well, I had a fun time to be there.
But you do see a
Radium is the
staircase
rock of
down.
gods.
Across from the entrance, there is a empty stone torch sconces flanking a staircase that is descending downward.
Now, despite the pleasant, polite invitation all, they might not have full control over what's going on, so anyone want to get snooping and peeping?
Horik, being the suspicious bastard he is going to have a look and use insight on our Rumblefoot friend to see what he's like at the moment.
Tell us the truth or we'll put you into Cargo. Are you familiar with
Never
brass
mind.
bull?
But the only thing you notice is he's moved over and he is examining this giant stone calendar on the wall. Uzana, you'd be aware that this is clearly a Netherese calendar, and you don't want to know how old it is, considering how long ago it was that Netherrealm fell. This is clearly not a new Netherese calendar, but one from before their fall.
Oh dear. Well, it's definitely ancient.
Well, are we ready to go?
Anything else we should know about this place before we go in?
Preferably what the hell that means.
It's a staircase. I don't know much about this other than the rough area where it is.
All right, but it's going to be a nominal finder's fee.
Yes, so I just get a cut of the profits. That's all I care about.
Well, let's start moving forward then. So, do you know if these people were particularly paranoid, putting traps down?
I've no doubt that this is Netherrealm we're talking about, so likely.
All right then. I've got to start looking up the staircase to see if there's anything that seems to be a trap or anything. Is that a perception or investigation?
Let's just do a perception.
As your foot gets caught on a wire.
Let's see if I can help with that. No!
There we go.
Bjorn.
Finally.
It looks to be completely fine.
And you can see there's too much mortar in between the rocks here, so it should be fine.
I mean, should I just start spamming Dispel Magic in every room?
I also have my invisibility lantern back, so just keep that in mind. I don't, again, not saying there's going to be invisibility, but
So you only have to roll the one perception.
I can't operate this cargo. What the hell? Why do you keep giving me broke cargos, man?
And you see the staircase down.
What do I see over here?
It is, does it specify? That is just a landing. Oh, wait. There we go. It is a vista of fantastic floating cities. So a stone relief.
Does anyone does anyone recognize the cities?
Uzana would know that these are quite clearly the floating cities of Netherrealm.
Mm-hmm.
As you all start down, I'll just open this up. The staircase leads down into this room down here.
I gotta take some look down.
You don't see any traps, but you do notice that there are shreds of dusty tapestries that are lying scattered across the floor. Different frescoes and stone artwork that were on the walls have been defaced with deep gouges, making them unrecognizable. And there's an altar of pale gray marble that stands along the side of the wall, gouged and cracked.
All right, it looks like we're gonna have some big nasty beasties that's moved in here. How recent does it look?
Investigation.
Oh God.
Somebody else who is more
Okay.
investigating. Let me see. Does that pass?
I guess dust settled on the torn tapestry.
It actually is enough. Whoever did this recently. Also something peculiar is that while it's clearly recent, the creatures that caused this left no tracks of any kind in the layer of dust on the floor. The only footprints are your own and your companions.
Horrick's going to look up and see if there's any marks on the ceiling.
Not particularly.
I think the beasties might be floating or flying. Might have to start dealing with imps again.
There is a wall. There is a door to your. So actually, let me open this up so that you can see.
I'm guessing here and here.
Yeah. Well, I was clearing this up. North is to the right. So there's a door to your north and a door to your east.
So what is this over here?
That is the altar that has been defaced.
Well, whatever came down here seemed to not particularly like whatever this is representing. Any of you think or any idea what it could have been? Uzi, Harden, Horrick.
Was trying to let you guys have this one for yourself because I've been talking a lot.
Well, yeah, it's just more who could identify what deity it would be.
It does not have any clear markings discerning a deity. If it did, it's been destroyed. Yeah, Hork. It's an altar. You do religious things there.
So is there any indication of the doors seem to show having recently opened and walked through?
Not particularly. There are no footprints.
Well, I figured so the doors. Which way do they swing, or do they open up, or what do they do?
They swing, but there is a little tiny bit of a gap down at the bottom.
Curses, because otherwise they would have scraped, shoved some of the dust. Oh well. Any, meeny, miny, moe, let's go north.
And then he died.
Okay. And what you see is all right. You see 4 stone sarcophagi that you each of the lids bears a sculpted image of a robed human figure in repose.
And none of it appears to be been broken.
Nope, they all seem to be fine.
Very
Is it-
strange.
Any plaques on them to say who they might have been?
Along the wall that's across from the door opening, it does have a plaque that mentions that these are the loyal servants of Brissus.
Now, who is Brissus?
That is when your Rumblefoot friend excitedly says, "That's the sorceress! That's the sorceress!"
All right. Well, these are just some of the servants, so I'm going to assume they were not buried here.
All right, and he backs up. But we're in the right tomb, guys.
That's
All right
good.
then. Well, all right, everyone. Let's want to get bed ready.
1 second, let me check something. Actually, Bjorn, when you walk out of the room,
Oh, okay.
you hear a voice that says, "Please don't leave. I'm here below."
I'm sorry. What? Hello?
I'm below. Please
Below
find
where?
me.
Below where?
She does not respond.
Orc's got to look at the floor just because. Why not?
All right, give me a perception.
It's just a sound we hear in the room, not like in our heads.
No, it was to Bjorn specifically, telepathically.
Yeah. Okay. I'm Princess Zelda. I've been locked in the dungeon by Agnim.
You see absolutely nothing, Hork.
Yeah, I'm gonna look just out of curiosity to see if there's any like a hidden latch or something underneath.
Bjorn, you see, not that it seems to be disturbed lately, but there almost seems to be scraping marks on this right sarcophagi, like on the floor.
Now, can this bastard be moved? Let's. To everyone who's inside, I'm sorry if I'm gonna disturb your rest. I'm just gonna nudge your bed a little bit, alright? No offense here.
Is anybody going to be moving in and trying to assist Bjorn?
That seems a loaded statement.
I'll help him, but I'm kind of,
What if we just
twitchy.
wait and see how this plays out? No, I will do. I will go in to help him because fuck it. It's just my
I'll
fucking
stand
life.
Here.
Yes, everybody, please do get into your positions.
Well done, Bjorn.
He did say he was not being mean, even though he's disturbing our grave.
We'll see what happens.
Let's see positions.
I'm prepared to whack anything that moves once he pushes it aside.
Yeah, I'm getting ready for dispel magic just in case there's a bad effect.
Bjorn, give me a strength check.
Cocking the gun.
If you're being
Strength?
helped, yes, a strength check.
All right.
Oh, he's not being helped. I'm ready to hit whatever whatever comes out of that.
My
Removing
athletics is just pure strength.
Just strength. You're not trying to open it. You're just trying to move it.
Push it.
Okay, yeah.
I'm trying to push it because you said there's scraping marks, so I assumed they was pushed to the side.
You successfully push it off to the side, and you see that there is a stone pathway underneath the sarcophagi, which kind of goes down to another area. However, it appears that some people are not particularly thrilled with you moving their resting places.
Oh, come on, I said I was sorry.
Wait, how the fuck are you annoyed? You're a stairway. That's not a resting hole.
Well, to be fair, the sarcophagi is not a stairway. It was guarding the stairway.
I'm just pointing out.
I was.
Don't you try and say we're desecrating your resting place when you're a fucking thoroughfare. Oh, pushing that lid took a lot out of you, Bjorn, and watching it took a lot out of Lou.
Man, it was a tough day of work for me. I wiped the sweat. Wow.
So that accidentally went to GM, but even better, it was a 3. So there were literally 3 ones in a row for that.
They've been waiting probably 1,000 years for somebody to disturb their graves, and this is how they react.
Yeah, this is
They
like.
wait a little longer.
Yeah, they were just like, oh, finally, someone's got to disturb. Wait, he's just pushed. Yeah, that's good enough. We waited for 500 fucking years.
Wait, what if it'll be funnier in a little bit of more time? Come on, if we just wait a little bit longer. Comedy's all about timing.
So do we have everybody else making their rolls? I think we're missing.
Easy.
Uzi, Agadix.
Yeah, okay. Good luck, guys.
You and everybody else. It's okay.
Jesus Christ.
Everybody goes tomorrow. It's all right.
Yep.
You all go tomorrow.
Well, Abigail could probably get a better initiative.
Yeah, probably. Bernard, you heard some panic sounds.
Okay, so I wander forward to about there, and the prince will wander forward as well. Prince can't do anything else unless I dash, and Bernard, well, doesn't have a ranged attack anyway, so he's just going to block the door.
I guess it's a kind of good thing that so many of us have magical weapons.
It's pretty handy, yes, in this situation. It's a shame I'm not a slightly higher level cleric.
Me too.
Let's see. Oh no, hang on. Possibly. And they're probably a higher CR though. There's nowhere for him to really go. Let's see. Way better off zapping him, actually. I mean, we're in a small stone room. Perfect time for a thunder wave. Yeah, I'll start off by shooting this one. I'll go with Guiding Bolt. First level.
Okay.
Let's hope it hits. Does a 14 hit?
It does.
Nice. For 18 radiant.
It is lit. And injured.
And I'm actually going to back up a bit.
Hi, Harden.
That's my turn. Turvey will rattle over here. That'll do.
Oric.
Trying to remember whether my short sword is considered a magic weapon
It's
or not.
+2. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, aren't your fists now magical, or is that a bit higher level?
Yes. Yes, they are. Okay. So obviously, we start with 2 castings of short sword.
The one, yeah, actually both hit, yeah. Dead. And you hear the horrible screech of an undead thing who's very mad at you.
Okay. So the obvious answer to this is to start casting punch.
You hit. And you kill it.
Okay. I glare at the 2 spirits at the top.
Okay.
Yep.
Does Fargus do anything? Because I don't think he has a magical weapon, does he?
No. I have a feeling he's got nothing that's any use, but he's gonna look up there. Oh, that wasn't the one I clicked on. And because he can. Nope, he can't. He's just proved to me the total uselessness of the Rumblefoots.
Nadrax.
I go up here, do some more blasphemy by stepping on the sarcophagus. That's a
You hit?
15 hit.
Yep.
I hurt it.
You do. It
That's
makes very, very
28.
annoyed sounds. Oh, 20. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I forgot to add the sneak attack. He's dead.
Ah, nice. Suck it, ghost.
Okay.
Anything else?
I walk a bit further around the sarcophagus, do a little dance, and end my turn.
Gaddix.
Well, this should be easy, right?
I mean, if you
So
got
anyway, I
magic.
started blasting.
No, Kago gets to go first.
That is force damage, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kago is force damage.
Yep.
Woof.
Chomp. Now I will start blasting. Jim Jar, stand back.
You do hit both.
Oh, they both hit. Okay, if I figured that 12 might be a myth.
Yep.
But it's only piercing damage, so I don't know.
And they did.
I did it.
Hulk's going to start looking around and see if anyone else has possibly looted this place before.
Quick, Bjorn, open another one. See if it happens again.
The sarcophagi are sealed. So it looks like they have not been looted.
We have
Oh,
flanking on
that's-
Rumblefoot. Quick, get him, Horik.
Oh, that
Well,
would
you know what? Just for being such pedantic pricks about being disturbed, I'm just gonna fucking open this now. Fuck
Give
these
me
guys.
a strength. It would be a.
I hope he fails the
Can
roll.
Kago assist?
I'm gonna help him.
Nope.
Yes.
Oh, that's a strength save. Sorry.
Probably
the
close
roll
enough.
counts.
Yeah, the roll's
Yeah,
identical, right?
it's fine.
Still
Yeah,
above 15.
just -3.
You do successfully push open the sarcophagi. Are you doing with all of them or just one or two?
Well, just the one that I started pushing. I mean, if he's gonna be that pedantic, I might
He's
as well
pissed
finish
off
it.
now.
That's the northeast one.
And then spits in the urn as well, hoping there's ashes inside.
You notice that it is the sarcophagus contains mummified remains, the tattered remnants of ancient burial garments. And in this one, you have 2 gold bracelets of Netherese design. They're worth about 50 gold each. And there is a non-magical ceremonial ward made of chiseled ivory, worth about 25 gold.
Oh, hey guys, I'll take it on my pay. Can I have those bracelets to match with Felric?
And in the bag.
We'll do
Alright,
matches.
well, I have it out of my system. If any one of you want to check through the rest, you're welcome to it. Alright, so let's just get down to the stairs.
There's that other room, isn't there?
But perhaps next time.
Yes.
For we at the free hour mark.
But just for curiosity's sake, is anybody going to do the...
Rest of the cycle.
He's already prying one open with his teeth. Yes, he'll be raiding.
Alright, yep, Horik, the one that is the southeast.
It's filled with pressurized salt gas. Your eyeballs are gone.
It has the mummified remains, and then a gold censer with platinum filigree. You estimate it to be worth about 250 gold.
How much mummy rot do we contract?
Right now, none. There's no. They're not that kind of mummy. They rose as specters.
They're not the kind that comes back, though, right?
Who knows?
Probably not. They probably will come back.
Better piss in the corpses to make sure.
Yeah,
Anyone-
2 undead for the price of 1.
Anyone doing the top 2?
Sure, I'll open the one I'm standing on. While I'm
Okay.
standing on it. No, of course not. Yo.
That'd be a cool trick, actually, if you could do that. like do like a skateboard trick with the lid off.
Nadrax, you fail to open the lid.
Yeah, I should really not stand on it while I try this.
Here, let me show you how it's done. I got this. Hold on.
Oh, no.
Lou crushes his fingers.
Lou, try using more than 2 fingers on one hand.
I was
What,
trying to make it look
maybe I
really
should-
cool.
I
What,
just
you
imagine.
should step off the lid before you try it?
I don't
Just
think you're the
here.
problem here.
You just hear Lou's back just fucking snaps.
Lou,
I-
you try, you're pushing, and then you slip, and you all just see Lou just face plant his nose straight into the
Oh.
sarcophagi.
Ooh.
And he's got himself a little minor bloody nose.
Oh god. I feel like I've aged those 5 years back again.
Right, tip your head forward. Come on.
Are his teeth fine at least?
Yes.
Smiles
Felric
with a little glint.
Felric goes to start helping clean that up. Could somebody
Thanks, Fel.
more strong try to open the lid?
I tried to buy you those bracelets, but Harton put them in the bag where they belong.
It's okay. I can move.
We'll decide it later. For now, we'll just keep them out of sight. Do you really want a
Alright,
vengeful spirit to rise up and say, "Those were mine"?
Alright. Well,
It looks
this
better
one
on
looks
me.
like it might be a bit tough, so let's just use the crowbar here so I can get advantage.
It doesn't want to open.
It's a stiff one, this.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have asked Nadrax to get off the top first.
Alright, I'll lean into it. This one might be sealed up with dust.
Maybe they designed bank folds.
It's pretty
and
bad.
got caught.
Have one.
We need to blast this one out, I think, with a bit of air.
I will attune to the powers of the fucking universe. I will give myself advantage just to open this. I'll waste it. I will do it. I'm doing it.
3. So it becomes a 15.
15 does not do it.
Damn.
All right, guys, I got this.
This would be easy if I could use athletics. It's kind of what it's designed for.
It just says strength check.
Oh, I'm
I
so
don't know
glad I had
why.
advantage.
We'll let you do it. We will let you do the athletics because yeah, I don't know why it's a strength instead of
There
athletics.
you go.
There you go, Harton. You push that one open, and you see that what is that? All right, this is a word I haven't seen before. What is this word?
Ewer,
Yeah.
What is it?
like a vase.
Vase. Thank you. It is a vase made of beaten gold, worth about 25 gold, and a
Alright.
walking stick that's worth about 75 gold. The walking stick is made of a varnished U with a golden handle shaped like a scorpion.
Cool.
Like it. I want it.
There you go.
Okay, so that type. Thank you. I didn't know there was a specific word for that.
Or commonly known as a jug. Just with the
Yeah,
That's
handle.
where, that's where you would put your wine, right? That's the best use for it.
Yeah.
I need a top hat too for the walking stick.
And then give me some rolls for the other one.
I don't want to
Okay,
do it.
Hurrick's going to march over to it.
Oh, Bjorn.
Once again, show people how
The
it's.
with advantage have a crowbar.
Yep, between you can't tell if it's the crowbar or the hork, but it does open up.
Pretty sure it was a length of metal.
And
And the one who was lifting it and his feet came off the ground.
you notice that this one has an onyx ring worth about 50 gold, and a silver necklace set with 2 azurite stones and a carnelian stone worth a grand total of 250 gold.
Rich.
I really got the booby prize in my box.
I think it took us more rolls to open the boxes than to kill the ghosts.
Aye.
Yeah. Now is a good time to end off.
Yes, now we've filled our pockets. Alright, time to hit the button. We'll be back next week.
You could have kept it